How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Peace and Chaos program. We are live here today, back here for the new year. How's it going, everyone? DJ spent along with the legendary Life of Big Don, and we're back at it, Big Don. How's it going?
Amazing.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I literally had to say that. Anyways, we're doing a new platform this year. Welcome back. No more Zoom. We're going on fucking StreamYard because Zoom sucks. Even though we get it for free because we're college students. But we digress. Welcome to the new and improved show.
Yes, and we're joined today by a special guest, Mr. Luke Sloan. Welcome to the show.
I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to talk about all kinds of different things.
Awesome.
Yeah, for context, how we kind of planned all this out. Of course, Luke's a buddy of mine. We go back to freshman year when he was at my college and PJ's college for 1 year, but then decided to fuck off because our school sucks. But we got together like last year during my fucking birthday, and then we just talked politics until like 6 a.m. So we're like, okay, we gotta do a podcast about this. So here we are. We're finally doing it, people.
I'm juiced, man.
Awesome. How's your 2022s going so far?
You're trying not to get COVID.
Yeah, not to get COVID.
Here's the thing. Like, I can't even tell what is what anymore because pretty much like Omicron, or however the hell you pronounce it, Omicron?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It pretty much has like the same symptoms of the cold.
Yeah.
So if you get like a slight sinus infection, you're automatically assuming like, oh shit, do I have COVID?
Right. And it's what? So it sounds like it's like less deadly, but you can contract it more. It's right. That's not about right?
That's pretty much the consensus on that matter.
Yeah, Fauci confirmed that too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and also what's weird is that a lot of people who have been contracting COVID, they're like double vaccinated and they're also boosted too. So there's a lot of there's also a lot of uncertainty with the virus as well. And I mean, if you are vaccinated, you know, you're still likely to get the virus. Like, you're not immune to getting it, but you know, if you are vaccinated, it's more likely that you will have mild symptoms compared to people who are unvaccinated. But still, people who are vaccinated are still getting it. And I see it in the news all the time. People who are double vaccinated or even boosted, you know, are contracting the Omicron because of how contagious it is.
That's straight from the CDC too. That's what they told us. They never said it was going to be any kind of cure or here I should say it wasn't going to be anything that would help limit like a spread or anything. It was just for our own protection, which like I've always been in favor for, like, you know, my grandparents getting it or someone I knew that was really sick, smokers, that kind of thing. People who are, you know, immunocompromised pretty much.
There's definitely a lot of ethical issues when it comes to, you know, having like mandates and stuff like that. I think probably the first I would go with like mandates is if, and I always kind of said this, and people have always haven't noticed. They kind of changed their minds on this because people are getting so hyperbolic about this. My sort of principle is if you're running like a private business, then sure, if you want to require that to your place, go for it. If you're also like a public school, because that has been like a Supreme Court ruling, then yeah, you can also mandate it if it's been like FDA approved and stuff like that. But now everyone's just going gung ho on it. I'm just like, okay, how much government overreach can we have here?
Yeah. Well, and Biden himself said it has to be done at the state level, right? Like he said, federal, like they can't do any more with the virus at the federal level. I remember him saying that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and I know that there's a new recent news story that came up just yesterday, I believe, and it was with Texas Governor Greg Abbott asking the government, the federal government, about getting more resources for COVID. And I know that there's been that whole debate, and even Biden said, I believe a couple weeks ago now, said that it's up to the states to you know, implement their own policies.
Which is funny because I mean, he was telling us like 8 months before the election that he had a plan to kind of stop the spread, and well,
yeah, that was one of the memes.
Yeah, that was one of the memes.
We're doing an award show tonight for best or worst of everything, and that's we have a best memes category, so that should be very interesting.
Yeah, so politics, that's up there. I'd say for political memes.
Oh yeah, that one. And there was one last week too with the was it Vice President Harris. She had an interview with Charlemagne the God, which didn't really go
Oh
too well
yeah,
either. She
yep.
kind of got really angry halfway through it and said something pretty funny. But I think it was because Charlemagne wanted to give her one of those getcha questions where he asked her, who is the president, Joe Manchin or Joe Biden?
Oh, man.
Because of how Joe Manchin has been he's been at the center of attention for the past, 5-6 months now.
Well, that's what happens when
in
we
the
have
Senate.
we have a very tight Senate window.
Oh yeah.
Like whatever issue you're trying to pass, whether it's like Build Back Better or the infrastructure bill, all the senators that are Democrats, or I guess there's like two senators. There's obviously Bernie, who's an independent, but we all know where he's leaning.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that one guy from Maine who's a libertarian.
Yep, King. Yep.
But you gotta get 50 fucking people, and all those people have equal leverage in terms of asking what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I was gonna even mention what's it called, Trump's initiative, which was Operation Warp Speed, where like right now he really wants credit for the vaccine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was on the interview with Candace Owens, pretty much outlining because Candace was trying to get Trump into like a gotcha in terms of saying like, oh look what's going on with all these vaccines and stuff like that. But he's like, yes, it's bad, but look how the good the vaccine's doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're fucking losing it. Like Alex Jones was absolutely going insane.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
They gotta do an emergency Christmas podcast saying that Trump is now like the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. That got I saw that on the news everywhere too. Like some of the news media was picking that up as a big story.
Yeah. I saw that like big CNN headlines for that.
Yeah, they had I don't know who they had. They had a few people react to that, and they're like, "Well, Trump's finally in the right," and they're like, "Who would have ever thought that this would have ever happened?"
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too because Trump was like pretty much a Democrat his whole life.
Yeah.
So pretty much the election, he was like, I mean, I just thought that was interesting, and it makes sense too because I mean he's a New Yorker, right? That's typically like New York has always been pretty liberal, pretty left, right?
Yeah, it has been.
Point in which during the 90s where you had like the Reformist Party with Ross Perot, there was actually a point where Trump was kind of in line with that, and they published like a book outlining all his policies in 2000. It's pretty similar to what you see now, but he also advocates for stuff like free healthcare, which is, I mean, that's a far cry from what we see now. But
yeah, and he always loved to talk about how he's fighting against big pharma, right? Like one thing he always touted himself about was the whole like trying to get like prices of like insulin low.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah, because that was like that's huge in this country, right? People that deal with diabetes. So like if you can get that, like that just looks so good that you can talk about that and even like comment about that. I feel like so that it makes sense as to why he would like try to tout himself about it.
Oh yeah, I remember that was a big one, and also I believe he signed an executive order making hospitals state how much a surgery is going to be or any operation or procedure. I don't know exactly what it entitled, but I know that was one of the provisions that was written out in this executive order that he enacted a couple years ago, and I remember that one as well. You know, it also brings up like the big questions too of like, Trump as a populist versus Trump as an elitist in a way. Because you know how like populists, they have like
on one hand, I mean he's a big rich guy, so so you're kind of leaning more towards like, oh, he's gonna screw everyone over because he's rich. But on the other hand, he's out here advocating for the working class and coming up as like that populist level figure.
It's like, what does he have to
gain? Needed, by the way.
Like, what does he have to gain being a president, right? Because he's going to make a $400,000 salary, which
he donated.
Which he donated. Yeah, funny enough. So
he took like $1, I believe. I think he only took like $1. I think that's as much as you could take if you don't want the full salary.
I think that's funny too. I think that like he did that to also just like make a point too, just by taking $1, like because. Oh wait, and what's it called? Like, so you're saying basically you have to take, if you're going to take anything, you have to take at least $1, or
I think it's $1.
Yeah, that's funny.
Let's see here. There we go. We're playing around with StreamYard for a little bit.
There
Let's
we
see
go.
here. Let's see here. I got a doc open. Let's see here. I can share here.
Yeah, Trump and Bill O'Reilly, right? He used to be a big Fox head.
Oh yeah,
You went to an interview with him.
yeah. They
that?
had like this.
It was kind of after the falling out of like the Candace Owens stuff.
Yeah,
And then Bill O'Reilly just turns to Trump and then he's like, did you get the booster? And he's like, got the booster.
yeah,
And
dude. They
Bill
both
O'Reilly's
got
like,
booed
and
for
then,
it,
and they got booed.
Yeah.
Trump was like, calm down. In fact, I should
Yeah.
pull it up.
which
The
is
first
weird. It's weird because it's like Trumpers are like seen as these like anti-vax people, and meanwhile, like their holy savior is like pro-vax, like very pro-vax.
Oh yeah,
So,
and I think it's also because
They're
I think
turning
that-
on him now, which is crazy.
mhm.
I don't know like where this whole anti-vax, pro-vax thing came about. I think it kind of came about during the election last year, and I think it was because they saw Biden as being pro-vax, someone who was more in line with like the lockdowns and everything, and so they like put those different policies, and they aligned it with the candidates. So they probably saw Trump as the freedom fighter, the one who's against lockdowns, the one who's against vaccinating the kids. So they probably saw that and aligned Trump with that. And then you get in reality, with the new Biden administration, which happened last year, 2021, when they came to power, that's where I think everything shifted even more, where people say,
Yeah.
you know what, to define the government, we are not going to get vaccinated. We are not going to, let any more lockdowns occur. And that's how I think that became all politicized. And I've said it on the show, and we've said it many times, Big Don and I, when you politicize science, nothing good comes from it. No one benefits. And yeah, I think that has kind of stayed set in stone, even though President Trump was the one who implemented warp speed and was one of the main reasons why vaccines came out in late 2020 and early 2021.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I think the definition of freedom has kind of changed in this country with the whole with the whole pandemic, right? Because it's like, what is your definition of freedom at this point? Is it the government protecting you, or is it your own individual decision or in rights that need to be upheld by the government, right?
It's the political compass.
I mean, and it's funny because it's like, I mean, I just think that definition has kind of changed in this country because I think a lot of people would rather be protected, and a lot of other people would just rather just make the decision for themselves. I mean, you see Florida right now, like Ron DeSantis is very for the vaccine, but he's like, you know what? If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your kind of personal freedom and your decision.
Yeah. And then you see like countries like Australia, and other countries that are kind of cracking down, they're cracking down on anti-vax. Oh yeah. And then you compare that back to the US, with some like Florida or Texas, who are more seen as, you can get the vaccine, but we're not forcing you to, and I think that we're seeing that in cities too, with these vaccine mandates where you have to show proof of vaccination to go to different venues. How some states see that as kind of an infringement, while other states see that as just, maintaining public policy, like beneficial public policy.
Let's see here. By the way, I do have the clip of Bill O'Reilly and Trump on the interview there.
Australia's kind of nuts right now.
Everything's kind of nuts. We're talking about.
There's like camps and shit for that.
We used to have the psych wards. Let's see here.
Donald Trump and Bill O'Reilly wrapped up their 4-stop history tour over the weekend with a pair of events in Texas. And during Saturday's show in Houston, the former president did a good thing in his own way. He spoke glowingly about the COVID-19 vaccines and gave them his unqualified endorsement.
I don't even know what news network this is.
We got a vaccine done in less than 9 months. It was supposed to take from 5 to 12 years. Because of that vaccine, millions and millions of people, I think this would have been the Spanish flu of 1917, where up to 100 million people died. This was going to ravage the country far beyond what it is right now. Take credit for it. Take credit for it. What we've done is historic. Don't let them take it away. Don't take it away from ourselves. You're playing right into their hands.
Okay, so maybe he's looking for a little
Well, they didn't,
Dude.
well, that's not the clip I was looking for, but okay.
Trump's won so much credit for this, man. It's crazy.
You gotta think how politically calculated is this move? Because there's always been like reports of Trump trying to run in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could this be his attempt? I mean, I guess some of it. I guess he does generally believe in it, but at the same time, it's just like maybe it's like a political move because there were like a lot of places where he lost, especially when they were like suburban votes. If you look at like those counties in Georgia where he could have won,
he lost a lot of the white vote, but he actually gained a lot of black voters this last time.
Yeah,
and Hispanics fucking love him.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too now. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. You know, even Asians too, and some immigrants as well. He got a larger, percentage of the immigrant vote compared to 2016. And where he lost was with the white vote, and specifically with the white suburban mom vote or the woman vote.
Yeah.
And that was where was kind of like the nail in the coffin. Biden also performed extremely well in more rural areas in more blue states. Like he did really well. He ran up the numbers in a lot of more rural Georgia and also in Pennsylvania as well, in the suburbs and also more rural parts of Pennsylvania, where if Trump in 2016 was winning maybe 90 to 95% in that percentile in more rural counties, Biden was instead of Clinton's 15 or 15% that she was getting in 2016, he was going more 25%, and those votes were cutting down Trump's lead, which also helped him out as well. So I think going ahead, this could be a little, if Trump does run on this, he's probably trying to aim at that suburban vote, that suburban white vote, if he is going to say that, I'm pro-vax and it's your choice, but hey, I'm the one that got the vaccines out. I mean, I think in my opinion, that's good if he wants to get at the, suburban vote. But if he wants to get at the rural vote, that some of them some of the rural voters who may not be vaccinated, that's where he's going to really have to understand, okay, every wherever I go, I'm going to have to change my messaging to get to more people. I think his main focus, if he is going to run in 2024, is to win back the suburbs, because it is looking more promising for Republicans, with the Virginia governor's race.
Yeah.
And also New Jersey as well, even though the Republicans didn't win, they made it a lot more close than it should have been.
Rhode Island, right?
Oh yeah, Rhode Island too, I believe, was close as well. But I know New Jersey with Governor Murphy, that was a lot closer than what they expected. But especially with Virginia,
stuff's going to unravel in 2022. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, it's even though it is 11 months away, it's looking better for Republicans right now than expected. Virginia was a telltale sign that this could look a little bit different, especially with how the Democrats right now haven't really been able to do a lot. If that continues, Republicans could win back the Senate and inch closer to gaining back the House. I mean, it's looking more promising for the Republicans right now, and Democrats, strategists are definitely scratching their heads and trying to implement new strategies in order to win the Senate and also keep control of the House.
I have also an observation I wanted to make about Trump's kind of like campaigning, and it's like interesting because I feel like he's really trying to play into that liberal kind of like that. He's trying to get some of the left vote too a little bit, because I feel like he's trying to reach to those like kind of those liberal like MSN watchers that are like kind of trying to maybe stray away from that like the mainstream news a little bit, and he's trying to like reach out to them a little bit. And I think the evidence I have to support that a little bit is with the bump stock ban, right? Because like a lot, that's a big left issue, is like, being against pretty much assault weapons, not necessarily like totally against 2A, but like assault weapons. So when you had that bump stock ban, not only did that limit like just the bump stock, but also any attachment on a weapon now classifies it as an assault weapon. So like you could put an attachment on a pistol and it'll be an assault weapon, which, I don't know if that's kind of Donald Trump's like kind of downfall a little bit, is trying to play too much into that left boat a little bit, because you even also have him like right now, like going against or being very pro vaccine and stuff, which is generally seems to be a left issue.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like gonna bite him in the ass or not, or if he should continue to play up a lot of the right wing like values that has always been prevalent or seen. I mean, he really did start kind of his own populist movement, and I mean, there's problems with that kind of party in itself, but it's can we try to get back to just the regular, just working class, middle class, just person? Because it seems like mainstream news right now loves to just hate on the middle class, just the average everyday person, and it's like if they criticize the rich, it's like, why would the rich care? They're rich.
It's like they don't care. They're probably buying out the network themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting their airtime.
Yeah, doesn't Bezos own like all the news, or at least
Exactly so.
Yeah, he owns Wall Street Journal now. Yeah.
Damn. So it's like they're never going to speak bad about him. They're just going to generalize it as the rich is the problem, right?
Oh, my bad. He actually owns Washington Post. That's what he owns.
Washington
Post.
Which is another big one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Owns,
that's one of the biggest medias in the country. Newspapers.
Yeah, I mean, other than probably New York Times, right?
Yeah, New York Times as well. That's probably the biggest, I would assume. And then Washington Post.
Yeah.
And then Wall Street Journal, I'd say, is pretty big as well. And then you get the mainstream, TV networks.
Yeah, your Foxes, your CNNs, all that.
Yep.
Which I wonder how lobbying the Fox works, considering
I
always
want to
been.
know that.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a couple people I like on there. I mean, shit, there's a couple people on CNN I don't mind. Like, I don't really mind Anderson Cooper as much. But like someone like Don Lemon kind of gets under my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to get into fucking Cuomo there, but.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
geez.
fired now, and that was their top rated show. And he was not even in the top 5, I think, for cable news for a while. But yeah, CNN's ratings definitely have plummeted.
I think Tucker does like the best. Funny enough.
Yeah, Tucker does. Yeah.
Even though he's become the most unhinged, which is
he has been pretty unhinged.
But yeah, I think that Tucker has like the top rated show, and then CNN's numbers are like way down there. Like Don Lemon has done horribly.
Yeah.
I think Erin Burnett is on there, and she's
she's
like the 7 o'clock hour, I believe. Yeah,
Brian Seltzer.
Yeah, Seltzer. He's on Saturdays, I believe. I think that's when he's on with media, whatever it's called. And then they had Cuomo. That was their top show, the 9 o'clock hour. And when that
Chris Wallace get fired from Fox. Now he's on CNN.
Yeah. Tucker Carlson. Tucker was on CNN. He started off at CNN.
He was on Crossfire.
Yeah, he was with who was the other guy on there?
I don't know, but that show got canceled because Jon Stewart went on, and then he just pretty much told them to stop because they were causing division, which is true.
I mean, it's a debate show, though.
It is. It was ahead of its time, and now everyone's just a debate bro now.
Was Larry King? Was that CNN?
Yeah, that was CNN.
Yeah, he was on CNN.
Little legend.
Wow, yeah, CNN has definitely changed over the years.
Well, and people say that, but like people talk about like the '90s CNN, and I never grew up in the '90s, like people talk about, and they say CNN used to be so different. Like it's not even a matter of like it was a political shift. It was just like they've really gotten unhinged, right?
Yeah, and I think the program has got a lot worse.
Yeah.
I think for quality too, like it's not as quality as it once was in terms of like just how good the show is. All the shows are. It seems like they have definitely fallen off a bit. I don't know what goes on, but especially with the ratings, they just don't do that great.
Yeah.
Like Fox has beat them in every category. I think MSNBC does okay. I know that the NBC Nightly News is their biggest like program, and that's like the news with Lester Holt. But as for CNN, all their shows are not doing well. And with Cuomo, now in the post-Cuomo era, it doesn't look that great for them.
I mean, at least with MSNBC, like there's not a grift. It's like you know what you're getting with them.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. You're getting the unhinged Democrat opinion.
Pretty much, yeah. and they're like just very okay, giving that, like, and that's fine. Like that's the agenda they're trying to pull, but they're not trying to be like, discreet about it. Like, they're letting you know this is their opinion. So CNN, on the other hand, will give you that opinion, but say, it's the moderate, voice.
Yeah.
We are the moderates. We are
the moderates.
Let's see here. All right, let's go for some memes.
Yeah, you know what? You want to start the
Let's get to the
awards
awards here.
program?
Let's see here. I got this on a doc. I don't care how, if this is unorganized as hell. We're gonna save the big story for last. Let's start with best meme here. So if you want to add to this, we can do this. But let's hear it. Which one I got? I got Crowder versus Cedar. We got a whole stream about this with Lana. So for context for this, if you guys don't remember, there's this whole entire beef going on with Steven Crowder and an H3. They wanted to do a debate show about COVID. Of course, he didn't know. Of course, H3 did not know anything about politics, so but he knew about the Sam Cedar meme, which has been going around for a while now. Sam has been trying to debate Crowder for what feels like years now. They had like a debate at Politicon, but then Crowder backed out. So it started this whole meme called Cold Feet Crowder. And Crowder was so unhinged at this point because I guess they name dropped Cedar before the debate. So he was checking up on like whether or not he was streaming. And then they had to like make sure he was hidden so Crowder would see him come on. And then they came on and then the kind of crap went to hell.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should I pull it up?
I'll say Crowder's definitely like my least favorite like right wing speaker. I just think he's so kind of.
I have no respect for Crowder anymore.
I think he's.
The change my mind memes have now just been.
Yeah, he's kind of cringe in my opinion. He's like reliving the whole like or liberal
2016 meme.
Liberal compilation, like pretty much, and it's just not funny anymore. And it really hasn't ever really been funny.
Yeah, he's also kind of in this weird spot too, where he's like a comedian, but he really needs to find that niche. And I don't know, it just seems like he's just some of the jokes aren't funny, and his show just has it's just not quality,
Yeah.
And I think even his sometimes if I do just tune in to see what's going on, even sometimes the things don't even land with his co-producers or whoever he has on. They don't even laugh at the things he says, and it just leads to these like awkward moments in their poorly lit studio. It's just bizarre.
Their poorly lit studio. That's
the holsters out that episode.
Yeah, with the little with that little like sun in the background at the window. I never get that.
Yeah,
we did a whole breakdown analysis of that one. So if you want to go watch that,
I'm convinced.
I will warn you, it's a couple hours long.
I'm convinced they don't work out or anything.
No, they do not. All right. Yeah. Now we're getting to the real lore of this. We got the fake CNN journalists who died in Afghanistan.
That one was wild because I remember a few.
I mean, we knew about the meme of wings before this, but we need to explain this. Hold on, let me
I really don't know much about this. This is interesting.
Okay, so
Don, can you find the remember that video of that woman who was like she had like a channel that was like trying to find fake news, and she did like a whole special on this.
Oh jeez.
Remember that?
We'll find it.
We can find it after, but this I can explain this one. So back
I'll go on.
Back in mid-August when Afghanistan was under a lot of there's a lot of conflict going on with the Taliban making leads. Wings of Redemption, well, for those who don't know, Wings of Redemption is a YouTube, I would say he's a streamer
on the internet, pretty much.
Yeah,
he's a streamer with a really like big troll
geez, Crowder actually did fall for this one.
And this is so his trolls basically are like dedicated people who, anytime there's ever an incident, like when Beirut happened in August 2020, people claim that he died. Yeah, and since then, everyone has taken this picture, the smiling wings in the backyard, and they've used it as like an obituary photo for all these different events. And they found it to be funny if they did it this way. You know, people made fake accounts, CNN Afghanistan and BBC Afghanistan, I believe, were the two accounts that the trolls made. And yeah, they put this out there, put the hashtags in so that people could see from searches. And what do you
That's
know?
a
Some
Steve
people
Russell
found
method.
out that quote unquote Bernie, whoever his name was an American journalist, and they just ran with it. People retweeted it. This went pretty much viral, and people fell for it. Unfortunately, it was
Mm.
definitely disinformation, and this became a big meme, and it got some news. It got some news traction, I believe.
Yeah, like Crowder fell for it. I think there was some sort of.
Did El Prez ever cover this, Big Don?
No, he did not. I wish he did.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Dude, it would be hilarious.
Let's see here. Yep. CNN journalists. I can spell. Yeah, I'm joking. Journalist. Afghanistan. Let's see if Crowder with Crowder.
Louder with chowder.
Stephen Chowder.
Oh yeah, see the IB Times. They did an article on who is Bernie. If you go down a little bit, yeah, they had like this whole like.
Who is
yeah.
Bernie Gross?
I think this was the one.
I can't even say his name because I might get
International
banned
Business
for this.
Times did it. Yeah, I remember this was a big story. This was one of their big stories, I believe, in August for the IB Times.
This is so funny.
But people actually fell for it. Like, I remember going on Twitter, and then people were just like, shame on you, Joe Biden. Say his name. Like, don't! Don't!
Bro, what if
man.
this was like some Q type shit? Like, what if Q was telling people like Bernie Gore's, this is like the big story, you know? You gotta pay attention.
Oh yeah, see, it says the man identified in the fake tweet.
The fake tweet as Bernie Gore's is that CNN reporter. Turns out that's not even his name. He is, in fact, YouTube personality, Twitch streamer, not anymore though, but Jordy Jordan also goes online username Wings of Redemption.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah,
I can't stop laughing. Someone sent a picture. Oh yeah, this was the Beirut one. He was in like a missing person's like Instagram page when the Beirut blast happened.
I believe that was who got that one? Oh, he was on Sky News. Yeah, that was on Sky News.
Sky News. Oh man.
Sky News, Real News Network. Go on. I recommend Sky News.
I'm really confused by Sky News, right? So it's an Australian news network? Like
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Australia seems pretty far, like not far left, but like pretty leftist, right? Left.
But there's also like a conservative movement there, and Sky News is like the sister station to Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
So any international stories that Sky News, finds out first about, whether it's in the UK or in Western Europe or in Oceania, Sky News will break it, and then Fox News will get that information. So yeah, I would say even though that those countries maybe are a little bit more, left leaning compared to the United States, Sky News is they're kind of like more of the conservatives for like UK and also Australia.
I feel like in my sub feed I see nothing but like Trump being talked about in Sky News.
Oh yeah, a lot of that is all Trump's one of the big stories for Sky News.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. I didn't really understand it because I was watching their videos and I'm like, I don't know what to think about this.
Let's see here. I gotta highlight this. I gotta do the Wings voice. Real talk. Man, anyone who said I gotta execute Afghanistan. y'all might should be doing this to begin with. Real talk. Yeah, Wings is a running meme here, so
yeah.
Let's see here. What other memes are there? Oh yeah, Biden's COVID plan.
Oh man.
Speaking of, so Biden came into of course there's the Joe Biden stuff like that, but if you want to get to side talk, but that's for another episode. Joe Biden's COVID plan. Of course, Biden ran on this premise of how he's going to solve COVID. A year later after his presidency, here we are. More people dead, more people are vaccinated, but still, I mean, you can blame. I mean, it's not really technically Biden's fault because
Hmm.
I don't think people know how to properly handle the pandemic. I mean, it's kind of difficult policy-wise because we already spent so much and we can't go back into a lockdown. So Biden's just kind of screwed from that perspective. But still, he's getting cucked here. He was all hype.
Yeah, I really don't dislike like Biden like as a person. Like I just don't like I just feel like he's not the one running the show, really, you know?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of, whoever. We don't even know who it is now. Is it Kamala? I don't know.
I mean, remember when Kamala was like president for like an hour? Because
I had to get a colonoscopy.
yeah, Poopy Pants Joe. Remember that
Man.
at the Vatican, right?
Oh yeah.
And like it was funny because like left wingers were getting so mad at that, and it was just like pretty much just a whole meme. Like honestly, it's like Trump would have done the same thing, and I feel like his supporters would have loved that. Funny enough, so. It was all about like it's all a meme. These people, so
Everything is a meme at this point.
yeah.
All right, and then the last one, Hassan getting banned from Twitch for saying cracker.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would have never.
There's a whole debate about that.
Yeah. At least when Vosh does it, like it's more like to troll. Like Hassan said it with like malice intent.
Exactly. After he got banned, I remember him going on like Twitter and just calling everyone. He just told everyone off, just like whatever. Now we're just gonna leave it up to people. We're gonna do a debate show. That's the one thing we're gonna try and do. We are gonna do the debate shows because we are looking up to people like Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the topics will just be like, "Is cracker a slur?"
Yeah, and the argument right is like it's punching up, so therefore it can't be.
I remember seeing like some meme on the Omni-liberal. The
Omni-liberal.
They gotta rename it that now because of COVID. But let's see here. The Omni-liberal. Let's see here.
Oh, I love the bio.
Let's see here. Yeah.
With Inks Plus.
Really, Flash is here as well.
People will downplay this, man.
Have you also noticed the where that account is out of? If you go back to where it's out of, Huntington Beach, that's where a lot of like the big like anti-vax and also like anti-BLM. I think the White Lives Matter rally was actually at Huntington Beach. And the muscular Trump guy, he lives there.
Oh yeah.
So that's a community right outside of LA that has like that was where one of the biggest clashes were.
Dude, that dude was on like the One News Network, I think, or what is that really right wing?
OAN.
And then there's Newsmax.
Voice of America too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was on that channel.
Oh, and then also All Gas No Breaks. Well, now they're called Channel 5. They actually went there too. And there was
they did coverage of it. And then they got some guy who pretty much said, what was it? The Clintons took up Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant was assassinated by the Clintons. That's how he said it.
Is that really?
That's also a good meme.
Is that a left wing conspiracy? Or like a left?
It could. I mean, it could either be one. Here's Destiny. I gotta go all the way back for this one because I don't remember when did Hassan get banned.
He got banned. Was it early December? Late November, early December? Was it around Thanksgiving?
The Omni-liberal Twitter. Hassan. There's some meme where it's just like he laid out the arguments as like this word is used for tense. I don't know.
I bet Jake is so proud of him for saying it.
Yeah.
He's like,
people don't realize, but that's Jank's nephew.
Yeah,
Jank's friend's nephew. I don't think they're genetically related whatsoever.
He's like, I taught you well, you know.
I taught you well, my young Padawan. No, you're thinking of a son. Was one guy freaking out about? Okay, let's hear it. Yep. And then
Son is a gamer. He couldn't help himself.
yes, no,
that,
what is this come to?
that comment, dude, that was amazing.
Son is a gamer now. Oh god, we need. Or was that picture of Destiny?
Oh shoot! Yeah, you're right. You guys were talking about that earlier about H3 and him, and they collabed, and they did like a tier list. And dude, the comments were nothing but like, "Oh, I can't wait for the other races for your tier list."
Oh
Like,
yeah, I
damn.
remember that.
And it's just like, and I think Ethan himself is Jewish, so I saw someone say like, "I can't wait for that tier list." So.
But
Jesus.
I'm not sure how there's 3 people that got banned from Twitch that day. It was Hassan, Vosh, and then some other person that had nothing to do with it. I don't know. Did Vosh get rightfully banned? Probably, but
I mean, at least Vosh, like I said, like I feel like he did it more to troll.
yeah, because he knew what would happen. Like Hassan just did not care whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, Hassan's a hypocrite because he always talks about like these right-wing people, like they get banned because they violate the rules when they say or do these kind of things, and then he thinks he can get away with it type thing.
All right,
Vosh was just like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say, no, you can't do it. It's that classic meme.
Yeah, right.
It's the Joker meme.
Explosion, right? Or oh yeah, the Joker.
Joker meme. You know, I'm gonna say it. No, you can't say it.
Yeah.
All right, but let's see here. Is there any other memes I should include here? Probably EDP.
Yeah, if we're going non-political, I mean, that's very recent.
We'll throw in some EDP.
Like EDP, that was embarrassing.
Whatever, kid. Where are you?
I remember seeing like a meme where it's like for EDP, like when that whole thing happened, it was like, you know, like most normal Philadelphian, like.
Me and DJ Ace were both big fans of Predator Poachers before even like any of this went down.
Oh yeah, the
Predator Poachers. Like Predator Poachers should like collab with El Presador because we thought the guy who did like the big guy was El Presador's son.
Oh yeah. Chet, is that his name? Chet.
But then I think he got banned because he was just like making fun of black people online.
Yeah, I think that's what was going on too.
All right, which meme is the best here?
Honestly, well, I mean, if you go through the list, I mean, Biden's is funny, but I don't know if it's as funny as the other ones. I think the fake CNN journalist takes a lot, and also the Steven Crowder, Sam Cedar, I would say probably the top. You know, EDP Cupcake is funny, and it's also sad of how bad EDP fell off.
He might be in jail now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could be. I think the top 2, those are probably the front runners.
All right. You know,
that's just my opinion.
I think I'm gonna declare a definitive winner here. I think I'm gonna go with I'll go with Steven Crowder, Sam Cedar.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was a good meme.
Yeah. It's weird,
like best sketch, not you, Sloan.
Yeah. Well, I real quick, I did want to mention it's so weird how much Ethan's changed, like over the years. H3, you know.
Yeah.
He has remember when he did all those documentaries? He did the DJ Khaled documentaries.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Podcasting, doing like YouTube drama and stuff like that.
Dude, Vape Nation, like man, he was so funny, man.
But now he just kind of fell into the sort of.
He fell into like the whole podcast trap, pretty much.
Yeah,
he'll fall into the podcast trap where you end up like us.
Yeah, well, you know, you get too much of an opinion now.
Everyone's got an opinion. And now you're just trying to help mentally ill people.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's that. All right, we only had like 4 guests on this year, which is quite sad. But we have Liz, Mike, Lana. I know Sloan's not gonna have that much input in it, but
yeah.
Let's see here. I think out of all this one, I think Lana probably took the cake.
I would agree too, and it's not against the others on the list. I just think that those streams did pretty well, and that we had a pretty good conversation.
So she'll get the amazing award. Here's her highlight: best thumbnail.
Oh my gosh!
Let's see here. That's Mike Lindell. That's the My Pillow guy.
And I can give you guys reference to when these occurred. So the Mike Lindell one was It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World Sunday special. This was when his symposium happened, where he tried to claim that the election was stolen, and that was that one. That happened back, I believe, 4 months ago, and that day was August 15th, 2021. That was our stream on August 15th.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, obviously I jokered him up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so.
Pretty sure people were pissed off about that one. This was a classic one. I think this was. It's pretty simple. We did a tier list of the Republican presidential candidates. That's one of our biggest videos out right now.
Yep.
Is DeSantis like an A or S?
Yeah, Tucker's just drinking it out of his coffee mug right there.
Yeah.
And then we got the two ladies on each end.
That was
I think
back
this was a
on.
pretty clean not meme. This was a pretty clean thumbnail. This one I'm very proud of. I get some very ELO vibes from this.
Yeah.
This was when UFOs were big.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
When what was it? The FBI. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
Whatever
The FBI
intelligence
was
organization
releasing.
was
Yeah, they were
leaking
gonna
documents
release.
about UFOs. Even though
Mhm.
nothing really came out for this. This one was a pretty good one. That's Trump getting abducted, and then there's a Groot right over there.
Yeah.
Or he's going back to with his people.
Yeah.
And then this was actually an updated version of the immigration debate that we had. Here we have Alex Jones running his tank. Here's the U.S. border. It's absolutely closed, and then obviously you got the freedom fighter here, just absolutely just mowing down everything.
You know, Don, this thumbnail kind of reminds me of the FEMA camp.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about?
yes.
It looks exactly like it. It's so funny.
I remember when I first got into Alex Jones, it was like 2015, and he was doing like warnings of like how everyone was going to be rounded up at FEMA camps.
Yeah.
We don't like Donald Trump as president. And then he actually interviewed him. I'm just like, whoa. But he's been in that tank thing for I don't know how many videos. There was one video of him out there. I think it was on whatever site, Leak Videos or BannedVideos.com.
Yeah.
Where he was like
Oh,
yelling at
Live
like
Leak,
migrant
right?
children that were being like smuggled in.
Yeah, Live Leak probably.
And then I remember he actually traveled in that like vehicle on like a Georgia highway, and he's like, "Today we're gonna go protest the governor of Georgia." This was back last year.
Like freedom.
that vehicle, like, you know how like sometimes people say like the car you drive kind of resembles your personality. Well, that one definitely resembles Alex Jones.
By the way, I'm going to spoil Spider-Man for a bit. But does anyone not notice? Am I the only one that notices that J. Jonah Jameson is now pretty much Alex Jones?
Oh, how'd they do him in the new movie?
He pretty much just like runs this internet, like sort of InfoWars kind of website instead of doing, like,
Oh
a
man.
Google,
Yeah.
where he's pretty much just like these heroes are a fraud.
Oh, they pulled like a Jordan Peterson Red Skull type thing, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah. That's actually a good meme in itself. Jordan Peterson Red Skull. Yeah, Lobster, remember that?
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Let's see here. These are some high tier stuff right here.
Yes.
We gotta pick a favorite, of course.
Damn.
I really like that Alex Jones one.
I honestly think that one is really well done. You know, you got the explosions, and then you put the title "Border Wars" like on the right over the street bar. Like, that's pretty cool.
That's nice. Yeah.
That's beast.
That's beast.
All right, so Alex Jones, he gets the Amazing Award. Best video that we did. There was a couple that I picked out here. Of course, we got Ground of Free Cedar, Dawn of Stupidity. We got the Border Crisis, which is this one. We got the Republican tier list, and we did an IRL basketball video, which we could play, but
we could play later on. Honestly, I think Crowder Cedar was really long, so I might have to eliminate that one.
Yeah.
But those three, I will say, whoever wins that, it was good. I think for political, I'd say Republican tier list.
Yeah,
I think was very well done. But I really loved our basketball as well.
Yeah, we didn't actually go live for the Republican tier list. It was just an edited video, but it came out very, very well. Which
And it actually did really well too. Like we didn't really promote it, and YouTube kind of helped us out there, like with the analytics and the numbers. We got some people who never heard of our channel before to watch the video. So I think that one, I recommend anyone who's new to our channel to go watch that one anyways. I personally think that tier list is probably one of arguably our best video.
Is your channel, is it Peace and Chaos?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Peace and Chaos program.
Oh, I see it.
There you go, beast.
Beast.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I mean, when we did the actual recording of it, it was just like an hour and a half of like footage that I had to like cut down. The raw actual cut of it was very bad. So I had to trim a lot of it out, but thankfully, kind of how I edited it and then structured it with YouTube, it came out very, very well. Even though when looking back at this, I think we were taking inspiration from like, I don't know, Let's Talk Elections and channels like those that do like election analysis. It's definitely longer than that, but we definitely do give like pretty good analysis about like each candidate that we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
156
I think
views.
we're gonna
That's really
declare
good.
this one the winner.
Yeah, 156 views. That's really good for you guys.
Let's see.
Yeah, that
Person
may
of the year. I had to throw in Willem Dafoe because apparently he's a meme now.
I love William Dafoe, dude.
We got Bernie for being Bernie. Bernie didn't really do a lot this year, which is kind of why we put him there. We got the side talk Joe Byron guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that's a New Yorker. Actually, if you heard, there was actually like a GoFundMe page because he was homeless.
Yeah, they actually did that.
Of course, we got Alex Jones there for disavowing Trump, and then Willem Dafoe because he's absolutely a meme now.
Now, did you hear the story with William Dafoe? His family, like, they don't pronounce his name, his last name Dafoe. They never do. It was actually like more of like a thing that like got sparked up like by fans and just general people that talked to him, calling him Dafoe. I forgot how they pronounced it, but like he was talking to I think Jimmy Kimmel or Fallon about it, right?
Yeah.
And it's actually hilarious how like because Dafoe just it rolls off the tongue nice.
Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I saw this video. No. How Ned became
is one of those incredible actors that's been around for the entire lifetime of many, etching himself into the psyche of any who would consume audiovisual media. Not only has he cemented himself as an award-winning actor, but he's also naturally worked his way into the throes of creators looking for a subject to exploit, in all the best ways, of course. From his performances in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man as the excellent Green Goblin, to his sad old lighthouse keeper, to his modern...
Means he actually did watch The Lighthouse back in 2019.
I was gonna ask, dude. Such a good movie.
Even though I could not understand anything that was said, it was just too beast.
It was really beast.
You're very fond of me, lobster.
Willem appears to be something of an online darling, forever appearing within the realm of those who wish to incorporate him into their art. And let's not forget the fact that his big dick energy is channeled through, well, a literally enormous penis. If you want to go check that sucker out, you can do so in your own time, but
It's true.
Wow.
And there was that meme where he was just holding up like two oranges. Let's see here. Please. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, I love that meme. So great.
I think if there was a person here, this would have to be like the cover page. Time Magazine, do it. I'm editing that.
William Dafoe, Person of the Year, with that as the cover. That'd be amazing.
I think it's between him and then Joe Byron guy. Let's hear side talk.
Oh yeah, I love side talk, Joe Byron.
They need to release the Knicks.
Oh, Elon Musk won like the legit 2021 one.
Yeah, he did. I was actually really surprised he did, honestly.
I was surprised too.
Yeah, and it's not even a matter of like, does he deserve it? Does he not deserve it? I just figured like he's not part of their agenda, right? That they're trying to push.
He's like featured pretty much everywhere now.
You know, I hear that like they really try to short squeeze his company Like they talk about how his company dies all the time on like MSN,
Yeah.
just to like screw with him, and like I just think that's crazy.
Yeah, this year was the year of short squeezes.
Yeah, it was.
We got the GameStop stocks. We got the remember during my internship, everyone was going like crazy, trying to like, yo, go invest your money into GameStop. All of it.
Yeah, hold, like the hold meme or whatever.
And it's just like, don't get out now.
Someone lost a yacht that day.
You got it too late.
This is the Coney Island Ski Club.
Hey, yo, we got Byron's Car Wash live from Coney Island. Are you vaccinated? Yes, sir. I was feeling thirsty. Your mom gave me a gallon of Henny to quench that. He's really skiing to Coney Island on a hard time. What we doing, Coney Island? Cause it ain't real, son. We keep it real. Fuck your life. Bing bang. He had too many shots. One shot. Yo, Ariana Grande, what's up, mama? I'll come to Coney Island and take a spin on the Cyclone. I miss you. Let's see that flip, boy. Yeah. Put the yellow foams on. I have 7 female.
Oh, this guy's insane.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here it is.
What's up, baby? Take me out the. Hey, yo. The Kim of Coney Island. Hey, Kim, they got shit on me. Yo, he got his phone and his balls. Steve Jobs did not die for this. If you see me, just know what he says. I'm going hard. Bing bong.
Wow, I love that. I actually never seen those. I mean, I saw that Joe Byron meme, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen Side Talk, and you know, that person that does it, like that bigger dude. He sounds like DJ Khaled. Is that what you guys were talking about or something?
Yeah, so that guy, the bigger guy who does it, he's only guest featured on a few of the episodes. So Side Talk is like a New York city like YouTube channel. It's based around that, and the two people who run it, I forgot their names, but they're both students at NYU right now. I think they're teenagers, believe it or not. I think they're like 19 now.
Really?
Yeah, and what they do is they go around and they'll also have people guest host. So they have Spider Cuz, who I believe is from like the Bronx. They've had Kai Cenat, who's a YouTuber who's from New York City. They've had ABG Neal, who's a rapper, and then they also had this guy. I forgot his name, but he's I think he's a DJ or a rapper, or I know I think he's into the music industry. They have like different people guest host sometimes, but yeah, they go onto the streets and they do these like funny interviews, and it's a quick like 1-minute show, but they really just take like the funniest clips from like the craziest people, like the most interesting people, and they just put a compilation together. And the one they did for the New York Knicks, like they did
that was another big one.
Yeah, when they lost to the Atlanta Hawks and when they beat the Celtics in the opening night, they had some like gems.
Really?
That was hilarious. Oh,
Dude.
that one is probably the best.
I want to watch like all their videos now. I'm so happy that I got to see that.
He's juiced. He's ready.
I am juiced, man. That was awesome. I love that.
I think we can get rid of Alex and Bernie here. I think it's between these two.
Honestly, like I think Byron has definitely gotten a lot. Like I think I don't know. Honestly, I'd say Joe Byron guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very close call, but we're gonna go Joe Byron guy.
Yeah, I'm not offended. I mean, like Defoe, like I'm glad we did a little recap of that because it was good. But man, Joe Byron guy, even like I heard about it and I've never heard of Side Talk. So
yeah, because it's become such a meme now. I mean, you could say whatever you want about like TikTok zoomers, but this guy was an absolute fucking legend, if you ask me.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Can't even pronounce Byron right. I keep saying Byron.
So, like, I don't really do TikTok. Do you guys do?
No,
I don't.
Okay. Now for TikTok, it's interesting because I guess like people make a living off there, huh?
Yeah, there are actually people that make a living. You know, they either do sponsored stuff or I don't know what else you can do. I think there's like so many different arenas of TikTok. I just have never used it. So I don't know in total, but I know that there are people that have made like careers out of it.
Yeah, I hear that like all the time. I think that's kind of interesting. You know, it's
Yeah,
not my thing, that's for sure.
no, I can't. I don't even know how people do it. I'm just like, how do you dance to this? Like, I can't even dance.
Yeah.
Like get me on Strings All President or something like that.
Oh, it's also the great place for cringy politics as well.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
always
God,
those
yeah,
cringy
yeah.
things.
Yeah. It's always like this hot take that's like based on nothing.
I keep seeing Mike. He always posts like this one TikToker who does like who always goes after like Joe Biden and stuff like that. I'm just like, dude, it's like it takes like 10 minutes for me to be like to actually go for that. Just get this guy on with Destiny or something.
I'm surprised they're having. Sorry, just to kind of like go off topic a little bit here, but I'm just like seeing Green Bay right now. They're starting Rodgers.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought they were not going to start him because I thought they just were going to take their spot and run with it.
Yeah, no.
Let's see here. No, they're not even starting Kellen Mond. They're showing Sean Mannion, who I think was like I even know. Plays Kirk Cousins. Look, I thought they were starting Kellen Mond. But let's see here. Dilly up 3 points.
Yeah,
the Packers. Rodgers is in the game.
If
you
guys
putting in what's his name, Jordan Love.
Yeah,
like one of the bigger like people on YouTube for just good like quick clips. Highlight Heaven. Have you guys seen his clips?
Oh, I love Highlight Heaven.
Yeah. I just like looked up like real quick just what's going on YouTube in my sub feed. I see Aaron Rodgers does a hospital pass to Aaron Jones. It was bad, man. Like literally almost got killed.
Oh my gosh.
First, we got to talk about Antonio Brown, but
I
watched that thing live unfold because I'm in New York. We get both the Jets and Giants games, but the Giants were absolutely terrible today. So I threw on the Jet game on Fox, and it was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, man.
Gonna lie. But then Antonio Brown.
Game. Yeah. Honestly, like Antonio Brown has had chance after chance after chance. You know, first he was, with the Steelers, and he was like, I think that he was on track. If he played 10 seasons, like 10 full seasons, he would have like broke the record for tight end touchdowns. And then he went to the Vegas Raiders through a hissy fit. And then somehow the Patriots ended up signing him. He played like 2 games. And then those allegations came out? Allegations.
He was out for a little bit, but then since he's buddy with Tom Brady, he decided to go to the Buccaneers and win a Super Bowl.
I might have my story mixed up, but was it Le'Veon or was it AB that said a slur to one of the owners?
Actually, I don't even remember.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, there was like a big thing where one of them said a slur to the owners and, rightfully got fired.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot. It might have not been those two. It was like a bad apple, in the NFL.
That
were they on the Steelers?
Do you think that AB kind of like ruined the Raiders the season that he was it 2019? Whenever he was supposed to play for them.
Yeah. And who was their quarterback at the time was I always call him the mercenary.
Was it Mariota?
No.
Derek Carr.
No. Shoot, what's his name? Fitzception, I thought, right?
I don't think it was on the Raiders at that point. But I remember when Fitzception was on like the Bucks, and then he like put up like astronomical numbers his first couple starts.
Well, I thought that was the year Fitzpatrick was on it because remember he had that like face mask like bomb he threw.
Oh yeah, that was with the Dolphins.
Oh, that was with the Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was with the Raiders. My bad.
Was that the game he played the Raiders?
Oh, maybe that's how.
Oh yeah, the face mask throw. That was the game that like was on Amazon. I remember, and people were getting angry that they couldn't see it. Yeah, it was that. I think it was that Saturday game. That was a wild game though, because the Raiders are like one of those teams that since they've had a few issues, like this season they played well, but they've had so many internal issues, with the Ruggs situation, and then the former coach now,
they're actually still in the playoff hunt. If they beat the Colts today, NFL playoff picture.
I mean, Gruden was like, he proved himself to be competent before, won a Super Bowl. So, I mean, it makes sense like why like they kept him on for as long as they did.
Let's see here. If we look at the playoff picture, Titans are now the
number one
seed because the Chiefs lost tonight. Now, since he claims the division,
Yep.
Dude, since he's, dude, we can't. They're no longer the Bungles anymore, man.
no, as Tree would say, this is passing on the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, New England would be playing the Bills right now. Wow.
Let's see here, and then we have like a bunch of ties here. We have the Colts, who are currently the 16th, they're 9-7. Now we have the Chargers, and then let's see here.
Raiders.
Then we have the Raiders.
Derek Carr's a beast.
Most
Yeah, he had a
underrated
great game
quarterback in the
today.
league, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Now
Then,
the Ravens are pretty much done.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Lamar
That's such a
Jackson.
surprise.
Could they still win? I don't know. They got hope. The
They need a
Steelers,
few issues to happen.
they gotta beat the Clevelands.
Well, I just got like word that just now that the Browns are out.
Wow.
They're officially out.
Prez is gonna be on Murder Watch.
Oh yeah, praying for Youngstown.
Yeah, pray for Youngstown this evening. We have to pray, those people.
Guys,
I think there might be a way that the Ravens can get into the playoffs, but it's one of those like, playoff scenarios. I'm gonna look it up right now.
You got to shoot through hoops, right?
Yeah, so the Baltimore Ravens.com just put out a thing. It says their article just says Ravens playoff chances are slim. Here's the path. So the path, it's 3% right now, according to statisticians. This is what they would need: the Cleveland Browns to lose on Monday night football versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, or lose against the Bengals in Week 18. The Colts to lose to Jacksonville next week. The Dolphins to lose or tie to the Patriots, and then the Chargers to lose to the Vegas Raiders. If all those things happen and the Ravens win, they would hold the tiebreaker over the Colts and Chargers, and they would therefore be the 7th seed.
I saw for sorry.
Yeah, that's how they get in. So I think you really need to pray for the Jaguars to get a win against the Colts, which that's pretty unlikely.
Mm-hmm. The Vikings, I know they have like 13% chance or something based off what Tree was saying. Like his breakdown, Big Don.
Yep.
Yeah.
Might be a little worse now, but
yeah, because what's it called? Won. Shoot.
Who won? Well, the Niners won. The Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles was like a pretty bad for them.
Let's see. The Cardinals beat the Cowboys today, so that's good for them.
Yeah.
The Cowboys slipped. They fell 2 spots.
Ooh, that hurts.
But they still clinched the division, so.
Yeah, they clinched the division, but right now, also you have to look at what's going on with the Eagles. You know, they're only like 1 game up on the Saints. And I think the Saints may have actually done better in their division. Let me see here. The Saints could make the playoffs. I'll see their
odds.
Yeah, their odds probably a little bit better than the Ravens.
Is the Saints was that did they still have Jameis Winston?
He tore his ACL, so they're
starting, he's injured though.
They had to start Ian Book, the legendary
Ian Book. Oh man.
Me and Sloan were just going off on Monday Night Football. She'd be like, Ian Book, what a beast.
What a beast.
Better Notre Dame.
Ian
Who else
Book's
was Notre Dame? Joe Montana. So that's right. Ian Book's the next Joe Montana. Cleveland is going to trade for him for Baker GX. He is going to be the new GX.
They're going to have to make American Underdog 2 with Ian Book as the star.
How about Gardner Minshew?
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Give him a movie before Tom Brady gets one.
No, we need Doug Flutie to get a movie.
Oh, yeah, Beast Flutie.
Oh, yeah, Doug needs a movie.
Boston legend right there.
Yeah, I want to see all the movies they'll make before Tom Brady because we know that's inevitable.
Troy Aikman should get a movie.
Ooh, yeah, Aikman, Marino.
Yeah, Marino too.
He did not win a ring.
But I mean,
but he's still a beast.
If
he won a ring, he probably would have gone down as like a top 3 quarterback.
Yeah, but like now he has to live with the title of the best NFL player to not win a ring. It's like,
honestly, if you were asking me, I think Marino is probably better than. I mean, people always debate for that draft class because you had John Elway and then you had Jim Kelly and then Dan Marino went. But like who the best quarterback of that class was, I would probably say skill wise Marino.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Barry McCockner, doesn't he think that what's his name is overrated?
Tom Brady.
No, well, not Tom Brady. The shoot, I can't even think of his name right now. Oh my goodness, Joe Montana. Yeah,
yeah, because he doesn't really like the stereotypical white pocket pass quarterback. But Montana's still a beast. I mean, he's got one of the best passers of all time. Definitely one of the best postseason quarterback of all time.
Yeah, but I mean, he had Aaron Rodgers pretty high on that list, right?
He had him number one. I think he had Mahomes.
Yeah.
Number two.
I mean, I'm not offended by that at all, dude. Aaron Rodgers, man, he is a cannon, and he loves to throw in like in triple, quadruple coverage, even. And
he's still getting it done.
Yeah, he'll throw bombs and dimes, dude. It's amazing. It's fun to watch.
If only he did have Mike McCarthy. Give him Andy Reid. Let him go full Reid.
If he doesn't win this year, is he like how many more years does he have?
I think he's got like a couple more years.
I'd say like he has like 2 left.
With the Packers, I don't even know.
That's that's the question.
Where's he going? What does he? I mean, off the top of my head, probably Denver is probably the best option.
If he goes to the Steelers.
The Steelers. He plays one old quarterback with another.
He could go to Washington.
Yeah.
I think like that. I mean, I think that the Broncos could be a good spot. Washington football team. Those are like the 2 best options, I think. Maybe the Lions.
Oh, geez.
Oh, dude. If you like
to pull Brett Favre.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Big Don, you know how much of a beast I think Favre is, right? Because of what he did with the Vikings.
Exactly. He turned the ball over the NFC Championship.
Dude, the Vikings and the Saints, man, they have like a weird history in the playoffs. It just
goes
back
no, that wasn't the Bounty Gates game. That was with the 49ers.
Yeah. That was. But it's just weird like how they go back and forth. I mean, you remember the Minneapolis Miracle, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The missed tackle.
Yeah. It was just like I'm like watching that as a Vikings fan. I'm like, this is just like it's still hard to watch. Like,
oh yeah.
How? Like, how do you blow that?
You heard it here first. Luke has officially declared himself a Vikings fan. He is no longer interested in days of our Steelers.
Well, it's hard to be a Steelers fan. It's like
I mean the Vikings are pretty much the NFC version of the Steelers. So
I mean, I think it was Hines Ward that was like going off on the Steelers culture, right? Like saying like about AB and Le'Veon when that was a thing, right? Like Ward was like, "This is not the culture we had." You know, this is like, the culture. But no, seriously, like he was just like, they'll never. It's like it's almost like no wonder they'll never win a ring, like on the Steelers at least.
Yeah.
Because of just that terrible dynamic they have. Like literally the best 2 in their respective like position, like undisputed at the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. But then everything just kind of hits the fan. But both of them are still in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
Steelers, they very good to win on Monday night because the Browns have nothing to play for anymore.
I don't think. I guess I don't think Tomlin deserves to get fired this year, just because like I mean it's funny because it's like everyone's out for his head every year, but like especially with like with Big Ben retiring, I just think it'll be interesting to see what he can do with some new talent. You know?
Yeah, just give him like a 1 year, like window.
Yeah.
But also, oh yeah, go ahead.
No. One more thing is just I think they should draft that dude at Pitt. I was talking to you, Don, about that.
Oh yeah, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good for them.
Problem is, I don't think he's gonna even though it's gonna be a very weak quarterback class this year. And then I say that as Matt Corral got injured during the Sugar Bowl, it's gonna be an absolute terrible year for the quarterback class. Even though there's gonna be a lot more teams that are gonna need a quarterback.
Yeah.
But then again, I think this year's quarterback class it was very hyped up, but when you look at people like Trevor Lawrence just absolutely just dying out there because of Jacksonville, it's just terrible.
Yeah, dude, that's what a like Urban Meyer, man. He's a loser. It's like crazy.
Who's gonna win local of the year?
Got to be him, right?
I think it's gonna be either him or Antonio
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
what he pulled today.
Yeah, that was bizarre. What do you think is next for Antonio Brown? Like, what do you think he's
The
going
one
to
team
do?
that would actually sign him is probably Dallas.
Honestly, I think it would be like probably Vegas because it seems like they have
No,
the most.
they would not go back to the Raiders.
Oh no, maybe not, but they're like that team that they attract like usually some weird people.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting take.
But no, the Patriots would definitely not. Maybe the Jets,
The Chargers?
Chargers, maybe. I think that the Saints were looking into him like before
They
the
were. He had like
yeah,
a tryout with the Saints.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be in the league ever again. I'm surprised he was in the league actually this season or last season.
Well, I gotta highlight some YouTube comments here. We're getting some from our boy Kai here. Let's hear Niners going to the Super Bowl. Everyone's I don't know what's everyone's thought on the Niners here.
Honestly, the Niners could, yeah, Trey Lance. Honestly, yeah, I think Trey is going to take over, and I think the Niners could make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're going to be the 6th seed, so they're going to be probably going up against the Bucks, most likely first round instead, unless there's like a carousel of what happens. But I actually do think that this year with a more rebuilt Niners team, they're healthy too. I think that this team can actually maybe.
That was the problem with the Niners last year. They had so many injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what if we see a rematch, Niners and Chiefs?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I don't know about that one. I don't know why, but something tells me the Chiefs are going to screw up in the AFC.
Don, was I giving you that? Did I give you that hunch too? Like, weren't we talking about that?
What, the Niners?
Yeah, no, not the Niners. The Chiefs, like, kind of screwing up.
Oh yeah, we were talking because I mean they were on that winning streak, but until they lost to the Bungles today.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, man, such a good win, man.
Yeah, the Bengals, they can now rejoice. They reclaimed their. I don't even know if they even owned the NFC North, but they got the division. They got Joe Burrow. They got Jamar Chase, who I mean, everyone kind of crapped on the Bengals for taking a wide receiver when they could have addressed their offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
But that pick is turning out to a beast pick.
They're loving that delicious burro churro right now. I love when Tree says that.
Let's see.
Yeah, man. He's so good, dude. And like they had like what was it last week? I forgot who they played, but like their coach was like talking crap on him, and he just like completely smokes him. I forgot who they played though.
Who did they play? Oh yeah, they played the Titans.
Yeah, and their coach was saying he can't get it done or something.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Trey Lance is it, baby. False Slim consumes me right now. Yep, he's living up to the YouTube memes. Let's see here.
We got another one.
Davis Mills is better than Mac Jones.
Wow.
General Mills.
Really?
I mean, Mac Jones
is having a stellar year. He's definitely exceeded expectations for the Patriots.
Crazy saying it's 2001 all over again.
Mac Jones is a system QB.
He is, Bill Belichick literally like cut open his head and put in like the Bill Belichick brain into this kid's head, and he's been playing absolutely stellar. Even with that game against the Colts like 3 weeks ago now.
Was that when it was snowy?
Oh no, that was the one when they were down like 20-0, and then the third quarter was when like the switch happened and Mac Jones just started like going pocket passer, and then they were doing the run game and then we're going back to pass, and they actually they made it a 1 possession game, but then Jonathan Taylor ran it home. But I have to say, like, that game showed that Mac Jones, although he started off really bad, like, it was giving me like Tom Brady like a Tom Brady like performance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be tough shoes to fill, but honestly, like Mac Jones, I was a little critical of him first. I would have hoped that the Patriots got Trey Lance, or I was a little hopeful that they got maybe a more mobile QB, but honestly, Mac Jones has exceeded expectations.
He does everything the Patriots ask him to do, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, the Barry McConkmer stereotypes kick in. But, I mean, Mac Jones is fairly accurate, especially even with the deep ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has great arm. And I remember what's his name was saying, Colin Coward was talking crap on him. He can't do it. His arm's not good enough, I think. I think that was him.
Guy called Sam Darnold, like a future Hall of Famer. But the only argument I could see Davis Mills being better than Mac Jones is Mac Jones is a system quarterback, while the Texans don't even have a system, so they're just letting Davis Mills play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they beat the Chargers, so.
Oh yeah, they had that one upset. And Davis Mills today, he went like, let me go look at his stat line. He had 163 yards, one touchdown, one interception, and his rating for that game was 75.4. So it's okay. But I mean, look at the team that he has, and that team basically is just rebuilding. Houston is not where they were 3 years ago when they were playoff worthy. They were the top dogs in the AFC South. Now that team is just going to be, like a top 5 for the draft every year. They're going to rebuild for the next couple years, and then maybe in 3-4 seasons they'll be back in the playoff talks. But until then, I think it's going to be one of those teams that probably will not be able to, get better than the Colts, who have been on the upswing, and also the Titans, who are kind of living in their prime right now.
Dude, Wentz is just going off.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Colts have a really, really solid team in general. It's just at what point does Carson Wentz decide to turn to MVP? Are we getting MVP Carson Wentz? Are we getting regressed last year Doug Peterson?
Yeah.
Wentz.
Yeah, I think that also the thing that's different is that they have a lot better, like compared to that Philly team. The front, like their line, their O-line is a lot like better, and also the running back Jonathan Taylor. He's only like 22.
He's in the MVP conversation.
He's MVP right now.
Yeah.
This guy, he averages like 9 yards a carry or something, which is unheard of, And
Right.
Derrick Henry also. I mean, unfortunately, the injury costed him, but just so sad because he's probably the best player to watch. But with Jonathan Taylor, like honestly, he runs like 100-something yards a game, and he really could be that one player that does it. And like Wentz, I noticed like in the games that I watched against like any team, he made some iffy throws, but that run game for the Colts is kind of their like secret, well, not a secret weapon, but like their main way for success.
Yeah, and I think that's how they really want it to be too. So like, it makes probably Wentz a lot more comfortable when they know the run game's established, so that he can like pick apart a zone when he needs to, or get that man-to-man matchup that he's looking for. I think so.
Are the Raiders actually a playoff team?
Ooh, I've heard this question a lot, and I know that in the beginning of the year too, a lot of NFL insiders were asking this question. It's gonna be hard. They have to win that game. They're playing the Chargers in LA on Sunday. That game, rumor has it, is going to be flexed to the 8:20 p.m. time slot on Sunday. That's where it seems like it's going to be going towards because of what it is. From today's game, though, to kick off to win with a field goal against the Colts in Indianapolis, it seems like they are a playoff team. However, they've kind of had ups and downs where some weeks they have been really stellar, and then other weeks, the offense kind of has been stale and the defense hasn't played well. If they are a playoff team, they're going to be a 7 seed, and they will not go past the first round. So, yeah, in my opinion, they seem like they can be a playoff team. They've showed that they are a lot better than in the past couple years where they probably fall short of the playoffs by 1 or 2 games. So I think that they could beat the Chargers, but the Chargers already beat them this season. But if they are a playoff team, they would be like a 7 seed.
Mm.
It's a hard.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the interesting thing is, despite like having like an initial wild card spot, the playoff race, as we said, it's wide open.
Mhm.
Like any amount of these teams can actually contend for a Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah.
You just got to be Brady when you're playing against him. That's a tall order. I mean, it's always been. His record is insane in the playoffs, right?
Mhm. Yeah, that is Tom Brady. I mean,
It doesn't even matter if he doesn't have any wide receivers to throw to. They lost Chris Godwin. They just lost Antonio Brown. Mike Evans is injured.
Man,
You don't
dude.
care.
I mean, they're going to
Media-
probably play the Cardinals. I mean, they could play
Yeah.
the Cardinals, or they're going to probably play the Niners. But I would not count out Tom Brady at all. And like today's game against the Jets, I mean, I can go into detail about this game because I watched like the last quarter.
Mm.
I was so confused why Robert Saleh would go for it on 4th and 3.
They did a QB sneak.
And they did a QB sneak.
First off, I appreciate them for going to fourth down
But
because
the play call was really wrong. I think they shouldn't have went. I think they should have kicked the field goal and forced Brady to score a touchdown. And then what would have happened was that they would have hopefully it would have been end of regulation. And then they would have most likely got the ball first. I mean, that's a coin toss. But let's say they got the ball first. They could have walked off victory right then and there. I would have said force Tom Brady down the field full way because they failed to do that. They failed to because I mean, if they kicked that field goal, they would have punted they would have kicked off again, and they would have hopefully, I would have said if the kicker, let's say we just kicked the field goal, you're up 27-20. I would have said, all right, let's just make this kick like between the 5 and the 10-yard line, and hopefully they don't return past the 25 and force Brady to go 75 yards, no timeouts, 2 minutes and whatever left. If you did that, I think they would have had a better chance. If they kicked that field goal, I think it would have put more pressure on Brady and Arians. But instead, you give Brady 95 yards, no timeouts, but only needing literally a touchdown, you win the game. That was very risky today. And also just the play call on 4th down, 4th and 3 was
QB
really
sneak.
stupid. A QB sneak, like they could have got a little bit more creative. Maybe they would have done a sneak play right there or a flea flicker.
Rumor has it
Trick
was supposed
play.
to be a Jets like a sweep to Barrios, but they didn't communicate that right, and then Zach Wilson just tried something they didn't even want to do.
Yeah, like I gotta say, that play call was really questionable, and like they said, the Bucks literally put all the big bodies out there anyway. So I don't know if Wilson knew that he needed not just 1 yard but 3 yards, because that was really stupid. It was a wasted drive
right there from a first-year head coach. Let's see here. Let's see. We might need to do this. We might AB, Bishop Seymour, or Urban Meyer for locale of the year. I gotta go AB on this one.
Yeah.
I already kind of said this, but I think it's gonna be Antonio.
Now, if AB wasn't in the question, do you think Bishop Sycamore takes it?
I think Urban Meyer does.
Urban Meyer. I could see Bishop Sycamore though, because that's like a full project.
Kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Urban Meyer too. I could tell from the get-go that he was going to be a failure. I just I didn't like that experiment from the get-go. They got like one big victory this season against the Bills, but
yeah,
other than that, Urban Meyer was always awkward. I'd also add John Gruden to the mix as well. I think he was an absolute. Well, I mean, whatever you say, like in the past, can come back to hurt you, and all that information was in emails and that were released. And honestly, like I would say John Gruden's also should be on this list as well.
Didn't Randy Moss cry like on TV about it?
I think he did. I
Yeah,
never
I-
watched the video, but I heard something about that.
I heard he cried about it.
Really?
Yeah, and if you hurt Randy Moss's feelings, then that's a low cal, in my opinion.
Absolute locale.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to do. Let's shift back to politics for a second here. How cringe that sounds. We gotta go with the story of the year.
Oh yeah, we forgot the story of the year.
Let's see your share. Come on.
Sports is
Honestly,
interesting
there
this year.
could be so many different stories of the year.
Yeah.
Gosh, so many things happen that I kind of forget. I think the GameStop one is an underrated story with Wall Street Bets.
Yeah.
That one, the subreddit one, that was a crazy story. Another story I think that could maybe Afghanistan. That was like a big world news story.
That was a big one.
Oh, the Israel Palestine, that was also pretty big.
Yeah. Remember the dome too?
Oh yeah, the dome,
yeah.
funding the dome.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
one oh yeah, the airstrike as well. That was a crazy one. The airstrike that killed the service worker
Yeah.
in Afghanistan, that was a story. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what other stories there were. Oh, there was the election in Peru that was like,
Yeah, that was.
I remember we did
that one as well.
that was a good one. Trying to figure out what other ones that there were. Oh, Cuomo.
Cuomo.
That was back.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them now. And then you had the assassination of the Haitian president. That was big news. Oh, the hacking. Remember the hacking of the cruise line? And then there was also JBS, the meat packers.
Yeah.
And then that was causing like supply chain issues.
Yeah.
We had the pipeline hacked for a while.
Yeah, the pipeline hack.
Love
Dude,
pipelines.
gas was crazy, man.
Oh yeah, gas went up in price this year.
Remember they were touting on Twitter about like gas going down by like 2 cents or something. It was like this very misleading graph that made it look like a sharp like turn in like gas prices, but it was only like a 2 cent difference. But they were like, "Look at all this progress, guys."
Let's see here.
Yeah,
I think everything, even though it's been another year of COVID, it's gotta be. There's definitely a lot more sort of debate this time of year about like vaccines stuff like that.
We had some sad deaths this year too on Madden.
Yeah, quite a few people passed. Betty White just died a couple of days ago,
like
just before her birthday.
That is the story.
14 days, right, or something.
Yeah,
I remember going into the grocery store today, and then they had like I don't know, some magazine said like Betty White's gonna turn 100, and I was just like, well, that was short lived. I should have bought that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, we got another chat right here by FKP. He asked, describe the Celtics in one word so far. I'm going to say they are disappointing.
What also is disappointing, the Knicks.
Yeah, the
That was
Knicks
always
are also
been disappointing.
The Hawks are too.
Don,
Yeah,
will we ever get
the Hawks are
another
gonna be
Lindsay?
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna ask. Will we ever get another Linsanity?
Oh, jeez. I mean, there is. I'm surprised Jeremy Lin has not gotten a call up yet.
I'm surprised too.
He was on the Rockets for a while.
He was.
Then he was on Charlotte.
He was with Brooklyn.
He's been with all these different teams, and then you have ISO Joe get the call up, and then the other guy from who's now on the Lakers get the call up. Rajon Rondo's still in the league, just got traded to the Cavs.
I saw about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got like a few of these players that are coming back, and I actually think it's exciting to see players you haven't seen in like 2-3 years. You know who should come back? Vince Carter. Because he was playing last year, 2 years ago now.
Chair there.
Yeah, get him back to playing.
He can still play.
Yeah, he should.
What happened with Boban?
Boban, is he still in the Mavericks?
I saw something in the news with him.
Yeah, what the heck happened to him? Hold on.
He's in commercials now.
Yeah, what's going on with Boban?
He was in John Wick.
Let's see what he's up to. It says I think he's still playing. He resigned. I actually don't know what's going on with Boban. Yeah, he has not been playing for quite a while.
Yeah. Dude's a legend.
Dude's an absolute legend.
Could he actually be in quarantine or something? Yeah, he has not played. He played last game. Seems like he played the 27th against Portland, and he had 1 rebound, and he only played for 3 minutes. And then he played the 21st against the T-Wolves. He played for 8 minutes. He got 10 points, and he was 4 for 8 from the field with 2 rebounds. And then he hasn't played for a while after that. He plays like every 4 games for the Mavs. He actually could be in quarantine right now. I think that's what's going on.
Damn.
Yeah. Honestly, though, this year in the NBA, it's been a lot different than in past years because the East is actually better than the West, which is really surprising.
It hasn't been that way since, I don't know, Jordan.
Yes, it's Jordan, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And you know what's even crazier? The Bulls right now are the number 1 team, and DeMar DeRozan made history. He made history because he hit a 3 against the Pacers on Friday night, and then yesterday he hit a game-winning 3 against the Wizards.
Yeah, back to back, right?
Back to back. Yeah, that's history right there. I mean, I'm just looking at the standings. Some teams are just as bad as last year. Like the Pistons are a lost cause again. Raptors aren't doing that great. And
Didn't
then
Curry-
Magic too.
Didn't Curry hit a record? Like most
Yeah,
consecutive threes?
Curry broke the record for threes. He beat Ray Allen. He passed Ray Allen with 2,700 and something.
Wow.
So yeah, he comes down to be the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, and I think he's going to be like 4,000 when he retires and all. I mean, he's still going to be playing for several years, and he's so exciting to watch. And what's even crazier though, Warriors are like tearing up the league again.
Yeah.
They're number 1. Klay Thompson's going to be coming back soon. So it looks very promising. Andrew Wiggins has been playing really well with his team. And yeah, I got to say they've been really turning a lot of heads this year.
If Curry wins enough championships, do you think he could ever be in the discussion?
He can be in what?
Like the discussion for like greatest?
He could be.
He could be. I think LeBron right now is the best player like ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, but if LeBron wins 1 or 2, I think honestly we could just put them both on the same pedestal and say they're both the GOATs. And Curry's definitely in the tier where it's probably like 2 below the greatest. And yeah, he's definitely elite. I'll put him in the elite category.
Need a tier list.
Yeah, we should definitely make a tier list for this.
Actually, my Chrome is not responding, so I might X out. The stream ends. Fuck it. All right, I'll be back.
Alrighty.
What about what's his name? I can't even think of his name. You could consider him elite, but doesn't play defense.
Oh yeah. You're
Harden.
Harden. You're referring to Harden. Harden is good in terms of perimeter shooting.
Yeah.
He's also he's good in the paint too. Yeah, but for threes, for defense, he isn't really like good in that category. So
he literally takes plays off on defense. Like he'll just let people go by.
Yeah, that's where I have a problem with James Harden. But I think overall James Harden offensively is a weapon. And Brooklyn has been so grateful to have him. I just think that with Harden for the future, with this Nets team, he's going to have to step up defensively. And also with he's also going to have to step up too when if Kyrie ever returns, because he's going to return soon, but with the COVID protocols and only the away games, he's going to be limited. So
he was championing the whole anti-vax. Like what was up with him?
So I think the whole issue is that he can only take a vaccine when it's like naturally made or something. I know recently, I think that a lot of hip hop, like, I mean, not hip hop, I think also Hip Hop Robert wrote an article on this, but I believe Kyrie reverted to Islam a couple years ago. Now, I know
Oh, yeah.
that there was that, and people were trying to say that, well, since he is Muslim, he can't like get vaccinated. I don't know. There's
Right.
like a weird thing with that.
Religious exemption.
Yeah, it's like yeah, with this whole exemption. And he says he's just not interested in getting the vaccine. Um but yeah, it's all this stuff that's talking that they're all talking about that.
Hmm.
But
And
yeah.
Skip lost his mind over that.
Yeah.
Skip
Yeah,
it.
he definitely lost his mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I think, I don't know, what would you say was more like against the vax like mandates, the NBA or the NBA or the NFL? Because you had like a lot of just big prominent players on both sides kind of like refusing to get it or speaking out for people that didn't get it, right?
Yeah, I think the NFL may be a little bit more. There might be more players who are not vaccinated in the NFL
Mhm.
compared
Yeah.
to the NBA. I think the NBA has.
I mean, the NFL has way more players than the NBA.
Oh,
so.
and I'm more so speaking like the players, not really the organization, because like you had a lot of NBA players like Kyrie just like going against it. I forgot who else was big against it too, but just a lot of big players I remember thought they were against it. And then NFL, you saw like AB forged his vaccine card. You had
Yeah.
Rodgers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's been several players, but I know that I think the biggest sport that has the most unvaccinated is actually tennis. Like
Oh, really?
professional tennis.
Damn!
Yeah. Has
I
like
didn't expect that.
yeah, at least vaccinated players. Yeah, that was an article that came out that says, and I think the article was like, this sport has the least amount of vaccinated players, and I think Rafael Nadal is not vaccinated.
Wow.
Let me look this one up.
Men
Yeah,
and women, huh?
Yeah, we need a fact check on this one.
tennis unvaccinated. Yeah, is the most unvaccinated sport. And it's an individual sport. Yeah, there's actually a list going on. Hold on.
Let's see here. Tennis unvaccinated.
Oh yeah, around 30% of the top 100 men's and women's tennis players remain unvaccinated, according to CNN, potentially lightening the Australian Open field. World number one Novak Djokovic, who's declined to share his vaccination status, said last week, things being as they are, yeah, so they haven't. Some of these players have not stated they are vaccinated or not vaccinated. There is speculation though, but yeah, 30% of the top 100 players are not vaccinated. So that's like 30 out of 100. They're not naming names. Let me see. Who else is unvaccinated? I don't know any names. They won't name any names. I don't know if Novak Djokovic never stated publicly that he was vaccinated. But yeah, there's several players that are not vaccinated who play tennis.
And that's kind of interesting too, right? Tennis is usually like an international sport, right?
Yeah, and it's mostly like with Australia, they're going to be playing the Open in like 2 weeks, and
Wow.
that's the first Grand Slam, and then they play in France, then then in the UK, and then in the United States. Those are the four big Grand Slams, the four tournaments, and then you go everywhere else too. Summertime you go to Northern Europe, and then in the fall you go to the United States to play, and then right now you go to Oceania and East Asia, and also like the Caribbean. So you go everywhere, all around the world, and all different months. So you're constantly traveling and you're flying. So like the chances of you getting COVID is a lot higher than someone who plays in a domestic league where they're only going to a few cities, and they're staying in the same country.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting distinction of like sports right now.
Yeah.
And vaccination.
Yeah, that's That one I was surprised by, but CNN, New York Times, they broke the story back like when it first came out, and I was surprised that 30% of players are still not vaccinated,
Hmm.
Which is like kind of surprising and also a little concerning. But honestly, I don't know. Maybe some of the players just don't trust the vaccine. Maybe they don't. They've heard those anecdotal stories of those players who or
Mm,
just athletes in general who had like heart complications or whatever.
right.
Um, and yeah, maybe they're just afraid that since tennis is such an individual sport, even getting sick from a vaccine and missing a week of training means a lot because you're only playing for yourself basically.
Hmm.
That's why it's such an individualistic sport at the end of the day, and you don't want to get sick from taking a vaccine. So maybe some of these players just say, you know what, we'll roll the dice. If we get COVID, we get COVID. But honestly, we don't want to put our
Well, this is what it comes down to at the end of the day.
tournament in jeopardy.
Yeah. Or golfer second.
Yeah, this point with COVID, this has got to be the conservative blessing right here, because now everyone's getting affected, but then it's just like it's the symptoms are not that bad. So are we all gonna have like herd immunity by the end of like January?
Ooh, that's kind of wishful thinking, but
Mm,
I don't know. I'm kind of afraid it's going to be around for a lot longer. Like, especially with new variants, like, of Omicron, we had Delta. What, in the next 3 months, we're going to have a new variant,
yeah.
I'm gonna go side rant here. There's this
What
guy.
else?
There are people. There's one guy that I follow that I get like advice from. His name is Joseph Carlson. He does like portfolio updates. He did this like prediction where he was just talking about like, here are my predictions for 2022. COVID's gonna go away. People are gonna stop caring about it. I'm just like, yeah, that's wishful thinking right there.
Yeah.
Because he bought like so many stocks, like restaurant stocks, because they were so low.
Oh, waiting
So
for that return.
He wants that return. He bought like he has like so many shares in like Texas Roadhouse, which I mean that's interesting, but
It's
really?
actually interesting. My dad's really mad right now because he invested a lot in Chegg.
oh,
And Chegg kind of crashed,
Wow.
which I was surprised about. But I thought it was kind of interesting too. It kind of made sense a little bit because Chegg was very popular, when we were all online. Now people are back a little bit. Like it's not as popular because it's like there was a lot of kind of scandal, excuse me, like kind of like just a lot of just chicanery with Chegg going on.
Yeah.
Where people were kind of like cheating a lot more on like tests and stuff like online. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Oh, yeah. I could see why people are home, people are, doing classes remotely. It's easier to cheat.
Yeah, and not to mention like probably just with their fellow peers. You
Oh,
have
yeah,
a
with their
test.
fellow
also Zoom
peers.
stock as well.
Yeah, right. Oh, Zoom stock. What?
Zoom stock actually absolutely fell off a cliff
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to go. I think they're still going to be popular, but, with universities now going back in session and, with these I mean, you can also use alternatives as well. So some people use Skype, Google Meets. I've been using a lot of as
Oh
well.
yeah, same. I actually use it a lot
Yeah.
for interviews.
Oh yeah, Google Meets that's been like we do.
That's all we did during my internship. It was pretty
Yeah.
much just like all through like Google Chats, Google Meets. I mean, you get like some Microsoft Teams, which Microsoft Teams is pretty beast, but
Yeah.
I can't believe we were doing podcasts stuff, freaking Zoom, and here we are on StreamYard.
Yes, StreamYard.
So extra use Zoom.
I gotta say, StreamYard has been exceeding my
It's
expectations.
been amazing.
It's been really
Yeah.
great.
Is this the first time you guys are using it?
Yes. First time, I thought that the intro went really well. It's a lot easier too,
Mhm.
Zoom, you could have a crash. You could have also that 40-minute limit thing, which is kind of a
Oh
pain.
my goodness. Yeah, so that's like a newer thing they did. It's so annoying. I do not like that.
Yeah, that's well, I think the 40-minute thing was a part of Zoom since like the beginning. And
Mhm.
if you
Now
don't
they're just
if you don't update, like if you don't go to their big like paid account, you don't oh wow. Yeah, if
Oh,
you
wow.
don't go
What
to
do we
the
need here? I
paid
need the
account,
5-year. All right, so this was around COVID time. Here we have Zoom's only been on the market since April 2019. Jeez. So let's see here. Let's see what.
oh that's the oh yeah.
So here we got the. Not sure if this. Let's see here. Here we got the mini short squeeze. Back when everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, we got Zoom," and now here is where I think this is where the 40-minute thing started to become implemented. It just goes. There we go.
Yep.
I never even heard of Zoom until pretty much 2020, right? I don't know if you guys.
No, I have not.
I never heard of Zoom before then.
Yeah. And it says it was founded in 2011, so I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just surprised is all.
Not Beast.
Not Beast.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do now. They're like, well, our big hype was 2020, so I don't know what they're gonna do now. I think when classes go back to session, more jobs.
Oh,
and more,
geez, what's gonna happen with our school? That's gonna be the real debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some schools I heard are just doing like their little winter intersession online, but that's only because people are already home, so they don't really see any point of having people move back just for 3-4 weeks of whatever that intersession is. But for the spring, I don't know. Honestly, I think hate to say this, but I think a mask mandate would be, and maybe implementing like social distancing and all that is going to be better in mitigating the spread of the virus.
Yeah, because I mean, now our school. Well, I don't speak for Sloan because he used to go to our school, but our school recently got set up like all of these other schools. They sent their get their booster, even though I think the booster has been approved by the FDA. I'm not sure about that. But with all the studies that are coming out now that says like, okay, if you get the vaccine, it's gonna be very limited. The booster may help a little bit, but still, you're still gonna get pretty affected. It's just like, okay, if you were on camp, I was on campus last semester, and everything was just going around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually done a really good job mitigating the spread of COVID at Erie. Like, we only had like a couple cases, I think, this last semester.
Really?
Yeah, but we had the PS flu going around, just the general flu.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had the Endicott.
Yeah, it was.
That is
I
a
actually got it, and I usually like I don't really go to the doctors unless like it persists for a week.
Yeah.
Or like longer, and it actually did persist for a week when I got like just the general flu, and I was getting like really upset, like, man, like, because like I was like and I clearly didn't have signs of the symptoms of COVID because I had a sore throat, and I don't think a sore throat is ever really part of COVID. I mean, unless maybe you're
It is now, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, it is now, but yeah, man, it was just like a knife in my throat, and I'm just like, this is like, I just want to get this over with. And I usually tough it out, and I actually had to go see a doctor. As soon as I go see it, of course it goes away. So
let's see here. We got a fan here. I invited my boy Kai onto the program because he's been gung ho of wanting to see the Yinzer. the local Yinzer alert. It's like El Prez right there when he does the local Inuits. Let's see what he has to say, or else he'll gets banned.
I'm gonna go
you get banned.
We're gonna go full tree like Yinzer mode whenever he is like.
Here we go.
Yes, the Steelers are going to Super Bowl, but you know who else going to Super Bowl, right? Yeah, and the Niners going to the Super Bowl. Anyway, false hope ensues, and the Niners win a game against a team that they.
You were at that game, so.
Yeah, I was actually at that game, so that was fun. I got the high up above the clouds where I can see.
What you doing there, Dick?
I am with two other resident Niners fans, and they're saying the most Yinzer Niners shit on the mankind. Unless you do not want me to curse, I apologize then.
Hey, no problem.
All right. Because we want to be monetized on here, right?
We already got demonetized, so.
Yeah, we're not
debating about
monetized
Hassan earlier, so.
You get demonetized for just saying COVID, I think, right?
Yeah, if you say the C word, yeah.
that was a while ago. I think wasn't it last year? I forgot where it came out. Where even if you mentioned COVID once or you said it once,
You
demonetized.
get the Wings of Redemption treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get demonetized. Yeah, it's
But other than
ridiculous.
that, the Niners game was fun. They of course pulled it out. It was just worrying in the beginning because Trey Lance, of course, he has his moments where he of course looks like a rookie still.
Yeah.
He's trying to force feed the ball more than anything, and you could hear the local Yinzer Niners fans in the back saying, "Why didn't you just pass it to Deebo Samuel?"
How do the San Francisco fans sound?
Well, I mean, I'm just over exaggerating it a little bit. Majority of them were fine. There was just that one guy that felt like more he was a New England or a Yinzer than an actual Niners fan.
It's like when you went to the Nationals game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There was funny enough. There was an this sounds kind of messed up a bit. There was a Asian Yinzer behind me. Funny enough. He was all like, no, because he was all like, yeah, I got money on this game. I'm like, bro, wait, what?
Oh damn!
It was surprising. He actually knew more than me about this. He's like, oh, the Saints there. I'm like, he's like, Saints are ahead. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Well, now the Steelers are kind of an interesting case when it comes to fans because they probably have the most spread out fans because you gotta think like with back in the steel mills and people getting spread out because losing their job.
I will admit, even if their fan base is toxic, the Cowboys fan base is pretty spread.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Cowboys.
Most annoying fan base out there.
Yep.
Yeah, they take the
in
cake.
the 90s there.
Even if for some reason, according to CBS or whatever, they rank them as like number 7 or something like that for best fan bases.
Yeah,
and they
like
put the Browns at number.
The Browns have the best fan base because they've been for the most suffering. Even
Yeah.
though, actually, now Browns fans are absolutely terrible.
They reverted back to the factory of sadness today.
oh yeah,
Well, they haven't
eliminated.
they have yet, but they're at the point. If you've been watching,
Yeah.
well, I'm not sure if you watch All President or but
Yeah.
there's been like a lot of uproar. With, like, Browns.
Oh, good.
Now Browns fans want Baker gone. Even
Oh,
though Baker
yeah.
has been struggling, like this is like your first good franchise quarterback since
Yeah.
Bernie Kosar.
He almost led him to a Super Bowl, man. Like he actually
Right.
technically did.
This is how you repay him.
I mean, the Browns look. It's a mess over there. I mean, they'll still be fine. I think they should make the playoffs next year. And all the people out there that saying, "Oh no, Baker Mayfield is the problem and not OBJ." Goodness me. Last year kind of proved that they didn't really need OBJ to make it to the playoffs. They just needed a healthy O-line, healthy wide receiving core, and a defense that goes off, which was last year, not this year. They almost beat the Chiefs for crying out loud.
They did if that catch. Who was it? Donovan Peoples-Jones who didn't haul that catch.
No, funny enough, Donovan Peoples-Jones this year, whenever OBJ didn't play, except for maybe once they cut him, he would always average above 50 yards, and he would normally do really well. He'd get a touchdown as well.
Someone's gonna pick up him for fantasy right there.
Well, remember when they axed OBJ and then immediately like next week they went like 41-7. I forgot who they played.
Oh yeah, they was that the week that the Patriots
They played the Bengals that week.
The Bengals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They beat the Bengals badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bengals. What
Can
they
you hear
kind of
the
had an up
local
and down
Niners?
season.
I was like, when you hear the local Niner enjoyers are trying to figure out how to.
Let's see here. I'm gonna pull up Prez. Let's see what Prez has to say. Even though he was going off on Ohio State,
Mhm.
he did a serial review during the Rose Bowl. I'm just like he's trying to cover up for the fact that Ohio State gave them like 35 points at halftime. But
I also love how El Prez is like, I'm not gonna talk about supporting them, and then does it like the next video.
Guys, Michigan State sucks. Notre Dame sucks. Ohio State back. Let's see here. This is the typical Browns fan. Let's see here. StreamYard, do your thing. Kurt's a beast.
Oh yeah.
Here's his latest video. I think that's Michael C. Hall, who played Dexter. There's Clancy Brown, who voiced Mr. Krabs. He was also the guard in Shawshank. He also voiced Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
This show's great. This show's great.
Remember when he was on the Sopranos kick?
Oh, jeez, he was. The guy goes through like so many kicks.
Yeah, he has an addictive personality. Once he gets into something.
Yeah, he isn't talking about
the golf arc.
Oh, the golf arc.
He was
going to go on tour.
Bad at golf.
Yeah, he was going to go on tour.
And then he got like a bike, and then he did the whole bike arc.
Remember, he was like reviewing clubs too.
Oh yeah, he had his like new clubs he was showing off.
There's a cereal review. Cereal. Youngstown serial killer. This is,
man, I just
Sunday special, people.
He even gave Jonathan Taylor like props. I didn't expect that from him. Look at that, Jonathan Taylor, best running back ever.
Oh yeah, that was on the rant about.
Montreal is just going insane. I gotta find his golf videos.
Well, remember his channel got banned for like 3 days. Oh no, he forgot his password.
He did.
Oh, these are the golf clubs.
And I attribute that to the grips on them Cobras being junk. I needed stronger grips so I could really put those to the limit. These grips here are a little bit better than those, so I can hit these decent, but not as good as I will when I get my Brandon DeChambeau ultralights tomorrow. Watch. But look what I got to hold it now. And I tell you what, when I hit it good, it's fucking unbelievable.
That's the King Cobra.
I love it. This is my favorite club.
Let's see him actually hit it.
Oh, he's going 7. Is that a 7 iron?
Ooh.
Oh shoot.
He needs to come to Massachusetts and then do the whole round there.
Oh, he needs to come to Mass. He needs to go. Oh, you know where he also should go to? I think it's in Vegas. That like driving range, the colored like driving range where you go like at nighttime. He should go there and like
absolutely tear it up.
Tear it up, you know.
Someone actually signed this guy. I gotta find a video from knocking down the tree. Let's see your Browns.
Oh yeah, sign me.
Browns tryouts.
Oh yeah, the Browns tryouts.
Let's see your Browns tryouts. Your Browns sign me. There you go.
Dude, this was his like first tree video in like a while too. Like he hasn't done one for a while up until that point.
Yeah, I think the last like tree one he did was he did like a few tree ones like way back in the day.
Yeah, and like this was him going back to his roots, and people were just like absolutely like loving it.
They were
like,
just like, yeah,
like old tree or old
Prez
is back.
Like Yobo. Goes full Yobo here.
Did he coin Yobo, or is that something you said, Don?
He actually coined Yobo.
Oh, he did? Okay.
I'm not sure why he called it Yobo. It was pretty much a Prez's cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yobo stand for You Only Beast Once, which I don't even know how that applies to cooking, but it worked. But let's just see this biblicality of a man here.
That was Stefanski and Andrew Berry. I've been a lifelong Browns fan from 1979. 50 years old. I'm 6'2", 270 pounds right now. I'm fast enough to play on Sundays. Even if it's special teams. I know you guys may be COVID limited. I'll play for free. Just shoot me up. Let me come to Cleveland tomorrow. Get a COVID test, and I'm ready to play. And just to illustrate what type of player you're getting right now, I'm going to show you my ability. Like I said, I'll play for free. You ain't got to worry about paying me, nothing like that, and I guarantee you I'll make tackles. My passion is the Cleveland Browns. That's all I care about in life is the Cleveland Browns. And I'm just going to illustrate to you why it'd be a benefit for you guys Sunday.
Oh, come on.
God.
No. He's got to do it again.
Oh, there we go.
Beast.
First, you don't succeed. You come back for a second. I beg you, get me on that roster. I need to help this team make the playoffs. I beg of you, please. I'll play for free. I'll do anything. I don't even care if it's special fucking teams. I want in.
Honestly,
That's just great.
his NFL press conference videos are the funniest as well.
Yeah.
I love those ones. Damn.
Now, or I actually wanted to ask, you think Dan Campbell has another year?
He definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love him too much, the players. Like, I don't think I've ever seen like just players just play for a coach like him, you know?
I heard. Yeah.
I mean, he's not an X's and O's guy, but you gotta love the guy. Like I think the Lions are probably they may seem like the worst team in the league record wise.
They've had some heartbreakers.
They had some heartbreakers.
I mean, shoot, like how do you like deal with like getting recorded by like the best kicker like probably ever, you know?
Exactly. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
Like that's
Dan
tough.
Campbell, absolutely. He's gonna go down as a Hall of Famer for sure. At least amongst Detroit fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? We're gonna give him the Beast of the Year.
Beast of the Year.
Beast of the Year.
Now who's
There you
up? Washington's QB, is it Taylor Heineke?
Yeah, Heineke.
Yeah.
The
is he the future?
He's the future Doug Flutie.
Could be. He could be.
Or is he the past?
Oh shoot. I don't know. Like,
let's hear Dan Campbell, Beast of the Year.
Yeah, Dan Campbell is Beast of the Year. It's funny because like you could put him low-cal with just the season they had, but Beast.
Absolute Beast.
Yeah, but I'm curious about Heineke, what they plan to do with him.
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the Washington team.
Yeah.
Especially with that QB role. Is Heineke gonna move on? Like,
yeah.
I think they're gonna draft.
I think they will too, just because I don't know, Heineke was like the backup. But I mean, I don't know. Could they also get the guy who's on the Ravens right now? The QB who's been playing for the Ravens, who's actually been doing pretty well.
I cannot believe it's not Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, what's his name? I'm blanking on the name right now, but he might be a good fit for the football team.
Yeah, what Alex Smith, right?
Alex Smith.
Now,
he was a beast.
You think if he plays again this year, they make it the playoffs?
They could.
They could.
I mean, they just got by last year, but
they
did
lucked
make
out.
it. I mean, like you can't disregard what he did. I mean, that was pretty special what he did. I mean, they made a documentary on him. I didn't see it. I really want to though.
Oh yeah, I watched the 30 for 30 on him, and like that was incredible. Like he's one of those players that when that accident happened like 3.5 years ago now, like people never knew he was going to play again, and that was like really serious when his leg went black, and he said he had he had a fever of 101 or something,
man.
and he went to the hospital, and they said like they were almost going to take his leg. Like it came very close, and he didn't know if he was going to make it. It was one of those really gruesome injuries, and that turned like it got infected, and that's when it was dangerous. Like the injury itself was unfortunate, but like when he developed a fever due to the infection, that's when it was like life threatening, and that's when it was scary.
Yeah, like that's almost like a Kurt Warner story, except with injury.
American
Yeah.
Underdog 2. Alex Smith comes back from injury.
Now, for you, Don, just personal, is Dan Jones the future?
Oh, geez. I think it's hard to tell at this point. Well, it's hard to
Anytime.
tell because right now they're starting Jake from State Farm and Mike Lennon,
Mm.
and that's just been utter chaos.
Yeah.
He does Daniel Jones does have like a lot of physical abilities that I do like. He's tall, he can move, he
runs
has,
good
like,
whenever he actually makes it into the end zone, doesn't
exactly.
fall flat on its face.
He's got turnover problems. I mean, New York's offensive line isn't helping at all, so I think they should definitely focus on that in the draft. I give Daniel Jones another year.
Yeah.
Okay.
He thinks Giants fans like him.
I think they do. I think they kind of realize kind of the problems that are going out, the dysfunction within like the organization. Obviously, you got Gettleman who's messing up drafts. He's reaching out players. I mean, this year was supposed to be good, but everyone just got injured.
Yeah.
Especially that wide receiver core. So it's just like, okay, what are we gonna do here?
Since we're on the topic of kind of like the Giants, you know who got robbed of a ring?
Oh, jeez.
Jason Sehorn.
That's the last great quarterback.
He locked up Randy Moss.
Who does that?
Who does that?
Jason Sehorn. Absolute legend.
Yeah. We never talked about him being a beast before, and that's a Yobo right there.
That is a Yobo. You know, also got Rob Tiki Barber.
Oh, yeah.
He could have had the chance.
Probably like one of the more talented just running backs ever.
There was a lot of what ifs for the Giants. But it's not a good state of affairs right now. We've entered from utter mediocrity to full on New York Jets.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting too when it comes to just the dynamic of the running back nowadays. It's like you could say like Le'Veon Bell when he was playing like 2015, 2014, when he was like, you know, in his prime, right? That like he was undisputed best running back, but like for that modern era, because if you play like hard-nosed football, he ain't go nowhere.
Oh yeah.
No.
But like someone like basically like
Kamara.
Saquon could do it easily.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
I mean, Saquon, it's tough like what they're doing with him right now, honestly.
Yeah, because he's been getting injured. He's got a terrible line, so
yeah.
It's sad, you know. It's this Giants team doesn't look like what they were 10 years ago. And it's kind of weird. Like they're bad every year.
Yeah.
They haven't really done anything in 6 years now, so it's just a matter of time.
You know, they're kind of in like not this. I don't want to say the same exact boat as the Steelers, but like a little bit same with Eli Manning, right? Like they just kind of kept him on for so long, like how they're keeping on Ben for so long. You know, trying to relive those days. You know, they finally got rid of him, but like, man, at what cost? You know, a huge cost. Like, oh, we're gonna win another Super Bowl, baby. You know, Giants fans rejoice, right? Right, Don?
Exactly. we're getting Super Bowl Eli back. That's the thing with the Giants. We'll have very mediocre seasons, but we'll eventually like pull like a playoff run out of our ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this Eagles team this year, you know, like I think they lucked out that you know, they're just better than the Saints and whoever else is wanting that 7 seed just to get in, but they're not going to do a lot, you know. That's what's going to happen, you know. You're going to hit the 7 seed and then you'll play the 2 seed in their home, whoever that is. And it's probably going to be the Cowboys, or not the Cowboys, probably like the I'm assuming right now it's probably going to be the Bucks. you're gonna probably play them and get demolished, and then that's what's gonna happen, or whoever else, you know.
Yeah. I mean, man, Washington got in and had to play the Bucks.
They hosted though. That was why
That's the thing.
they
That was
hosted.
actually pretty close.
That was
Yeah.
an 8-point victory or whatever. It was actually a lot closer. But yeah, I think that was the closest game the Bucks ever played in the playoffs.
It's really saying something.
Well, the Bucks or like Tom Brady in general.
Just the
The
Bucks
Bucks
did
that year.
for that
Mm.
year.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, because the Super Bowl they won by
Mhm.
they won by 23 or 22.
That one year though, with whenever the Patriots won against the Rams, right? And
Oh yeah.
and it was like, it was just funny, like when the Patriots and the Chiefs had to play, and it was just a coin toss that won the game, man. Like, I mean, I really wanted,
offside, so lost.
I really
the
wanted to see,
offsides.
I really wanted to see Mahomes win that.
We were in
Yeah.
college, but we were all in college during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
yeah, that was
I remember
wild.
that Super Bowl just being an absolute crapshoot.
Yeah,
That was a boring one. That was probably one of the worst ones I've seen.
I swear the punters deserved the MVP more of that game.
Oh yeah, the punts that they did.
Dude, they were just kicking it across the. I was like loving that. I was loving
like Johnny
watching
Hecker.
it.
Woo!
Yeah, like it was crazy. Beast, dude. Punters are people too.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that the Rams had they were not productive at all. They put up 3 points and that was it. The Patriots were boring too until that final drive when Tom Brady connected with Gronk downfield. He made the catch and then they got the touchdown there and they were up by 10 and that was pretty much it. But
Actually, didn't Edelman win MVP that game?
did
He did.
Yeah,
I think he did, yeah.
yeah. I mean, like 100 receiving yards and a touchdown or something, right? Was the
My
stat line?
goodness.
Like, man, like, yeah, they should have just gave it to the punters. Like, seriously.
Punters are beasts too.
Yeah.
Should we
Special
wrap up?
team.
Let's see here.
What's going on?
We have the local Yinzer Niners fan back. Should we let him in?
Oh yeah, you can bring him in.
Yeah, bring him back, bring him back.
Run it back.
Cali internet sucks. I return.
Callahan food.
Yeah. So what's been going on since I left? My
We're talking
apologies.
about how beast punters are.
Putters?
Yeah, punters.
Yeah.
Oh, punters. I thought you said putters like in golf.
We were,
No,
we
no,
were
no,
watching
no.
a Presidents or golf. So
We were watching a little
Oh
golf
yeah,
earlier.
that's true.
There you go. Not that bad.
Does Prez have a good short game?
I'd assume so, but
I mean,
he seems like he's a power. He's definitely yeah. He's definitely a good par 5.
Oh yeah.
Par 5, he'll get he'll get a 4 on a par 5. He'll go for birdies.
Yeah.
you should watch this Hot Shots video.
Right.
Hot Shots golf.
Unfortunately for par 3s, he'll be going for bogeys.
Oh my goodness.
He'll be getting double bogeys.
Double bogeys, yeah.
He'll hit it
Scream
over
at
the
top of his
pin.
lungs.
He'll hit it over the pin.
So much beast in a man.
Oh man.
Someone's gonna tell Aaron Rodgers to stop murdering the Vikings right now.
Oh no, don't.
They went on a tear.
Oh no.
They went on
There's
a
no-
tear.
Damn it.
With the children.
No, he must have been really mad after the past game because he got the Kirk Cousins curse on him.
That's what happens when you got pissed off from Aaron Rodgers. As you tree. What's so
Yeah.
glad we say?
The Kirk Cousins curse. I don't know. You think that'll happen or no? The Packers will make it to the NFC Championship and then lose again.
Ooh.
Mm,
They seem like the team.
It is the McCarthy tradition.
yeah.
No, I do
mean-
not want to see the Cowboys make the Super Bowl. No, I will not.
No, I don't want to see
hear
them.
that.
I don't know why, but today's
First round
loss,
exit.
they didn't play as great as they should have. The Cowboys today, but I think the Rams are just as good as the Packers, and they could give Aaron Rodgers a run for his money even in Lambeau. But in the AFC, I have no clue after the Chiefs kind of screwed off. That's all open as well. But I think that the Rams right now could be the favorites.
Well, what's worse, Cowboys in the Super Bowl or Bucks and Patriots?
Oh,
Cowboys, easy. I can do
Cowboys.
it. Cowboys is easy. That's terrible. That's like 20 plus years of built up. We're going to the Super Bowl every year, and they finally are able to release it upon us.
Oh, yeah. We'll
I
never
got
hear
put
the
up
end of it.
totally with their show.
Versus
Yeah.
one thing has been known for like many years. That's happened a lot. But this one, if the Cowboys make it, oh my goodness, you will not believe how much outcry will come from them.
Yeah.
And it will rain
Even if
terror
they
on
lose,
us all.
we made it. We at least made
We
it.
made it.
We made it. We're gonna go parade.
We made
Come on.
it. We made it just to
Practically
lose.
won.
It's a win-win for us because we had Tom Brady.
Let's tout around Jerry Jones's rotting corpse right now because we made it.
We made it.
Jerry Jones is the best owner ever.
We're gonna sign Mike McCarthy to a 4-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else, no.
That honestly was an interesting landing spot because you mentioned earlier about Antonio Brown, because Michael Gallup recently tore his ACL,
Oh
so he's
no.
out for the rest of the season. So Antonio Brown could possibly go to the Cowboys if they're willing to do it.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Honestly,
talking
he'll
about-
probably like cause a fight on the first day.
I don't think he's going to get signed anywhere because you have so many problems surrounding him. It's even
Well,
surprising that someone like Le'Veon Bell is on a team. And funny enough, he's on the Buccaneers.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
They still have one former Yinzer diva there.
Yep.
They got rid of one, and now they're going to have to deal with the other one, aka Le'Veon Bell in his rap career.
Oh yeah, that was it. The No More White Woman, was that the song?
No, that was Antonio Brown.
Whole lot of
Wait,
money.
what was that?
Got a
I
whole
think he
lot of
wrote.
money.
I think Antonio Brown wrote like a song, "No More White Women" or something. Yeah, I'm not even making.
Ray
this
usually
stuff
did
up.
like a dance to like the Applebee's commercial with a whole lot of money in the background.
I'm gonna look that up. No more white women.
No more.
Yes. Including a whole lot of money. Which Antonio Brown pretty much got all of from last year and then just said, I'm gonna dip. He can just do that now, honestly. He just retire, might as well. He got his
Mhm.
Super Bowl.
Some
Oh,
people
yeah.
actually said that Antonio walked off the field because there. I remember like last year there were like a couple plays where Antonio Brown had like a contract descendants to like get like a specific amount of catches.
Uh-huh.
All right. And he got his payment.
But I think he had some sort of incentive there, but he didn't make it, so he just like screw this.
Well, what's funny is I think actually Bruce Arians came out and stated that he wanted Antonio Brown to run a certain specific play, and Antonio Brown said no, and he just left.
Yeah, they get the route he wanted.
I mean, that's what they got with Antonio Brown. You get a really good receiver who's gifted, but at the same time, his personality is what gets in his way every
Mhm.
single time.
Mm.
That's Antonio Brown. And I mean, was it Pittsburgh's doing no better with like Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool?
Yeah,
the only
Juju-
one who's under the radar is Deontay Johnson. He
Yeah.
hasn't gone that yet.
Juju used
I
to be
hope.
like this young, like he was like almost like taking over leadership there, and now he's just like a total douche.
Yeah, what's going on with this Steelers? Like they always get someone who's gifted but also has like a bad attitude.
Yeah.
That's like a national
It's just the other
pastime.
way.
Yeah. I mean,
I
shit.
don't
Like
know.
Ben gets away with everything he does.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Ben's done some really bad
Need
things.
respect
and
for
no
him.
one,
Women
the
respect
media will not talk about him at all. Same thing with like Mike Tomlin as well. It's like, oh, Mike Tomlin, he's like he sucked today. Media, they're not going to say anything bad about him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So much
The
for
only
getting the media.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't hear the media if like was it the Patriots do bad, they're not going to blast Bill Belichick.
Oh no. I think the media's scared of Bill Belichick.
I'm scared of Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that guy
his,
is
his Sith Lord powers.
Yeah.
He'll shoot electricity out of his hands.
he'll stare everyone
Criticize
down.
me. You're asking for my New Year's resolutions after I lost. That's pretty much it. Even though, I think what the Patriots, good segue, what the Patriots have done this year is commendable. I think they've done a pretty good job. The only thing I will criticize, because most people, and of course, a good amount of you are resident New Englanders, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the teams the Patriots have played have either been under 500 or the teams that are over 500 have been injured ridden or just plagued with COVID, and they just win. Versus when they play a team that's healthy,
Bills,
it's hard for them.
Mhm.
So they're a weird mixture of, yes, there's potential right here, but then the whole stereotype of this defense is carrying right now.
Mm.
You know what I need to do? I think for the next show, I'm gonna have Mike on, who is a big Patriots fan. We're gonna do a debate show about Biden, but also I'm gonna get his reaction to Barry McCockner.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now McCockner.
Yeah, Pats fan. Because I tried looking for that on YouTube to see if a Pats fan reacts to, or Tom Brady fan reacts to Barry McCockner. I have not seen it, so there's my opportunity to capitalize on it.
Oh my god.
To be next week's episode, people.
How did Kurt Warner lose to Tom Brady his first time in the Super Bowl? How did that happen?
Let's see here. Well, the Patriots had a really good defense.
Yeah, man, they had
every single year that Tom Brady has played, he's had a top 5 or top 10 defense for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Even the Buccaneers too. Reason why he went to the Buccaneers, that team was at least loaded. I mean, he did almost go to the 49ers, which I will admit I would have been fine with him going there. I mean, fine too, because hey, we get the Tom Brady effect, right? Where every single player known to mankind wants to play for the Niners. But at the same time, the Buccaneers already had a loaded defense that looked like they had young, healthy stars, which is starting to prove right now. Even though the year before, it looked like, oh, they kind of sucked.
Yeah, they've been they were I think 2 years prior, they were 7-9, and then they were below 500 but barely, and yeah, I think that's what landed him to go there. And also I mean, the competition in the AFC East hasn't really been that great up until a couple years ago when the Bills, got Josh Allen, and then they brought some weapons in. But the NFC South, it was pretty decent a couple years ago, but I think Brady just saw it as a good place because of all the weapons that they had, and also because of Bruce Arians and how gifted of a coach he is.
He's like, oh yes, I'll make this into the AFC East as well, where I just dominate every single year and win because all the other teams around me are crumbling or they straight up suck.
NFC least, baby.
Oh yeah. I guess the Bucks did. Of course, the Bucks won today, but at the same time, that you are behind the Jets and that you barely beat them, I see it as the equivalent of the Patriots barely beating the Texans. It's not a win. Well, logistically, it is, but I see it as more as a L more than anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
These are teams you should outright beat. Not we barely beat them.
It's the Steelers tradition. They play down to their competition today.
Yes. They play down to their competition. And funny enough, that's where Davis Mills, I think, had his best game was against the Patriots.
See, that's the argument right there. Let me tell you something. Davis Mills better than Tom. They're at Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a system quarterback. Don't even have a system. If we can take them.
Did you see Russell Wilson talking about not having a future at the Seahawks?
Well, I know he's going to get traded, but I didn't expect him to actually come out and say something.
Yeah, really? I think he was talking about that, yeah.
That's too bad.
They put up gotta see
he won.
He put up decent numbers today. I mean, who did he play again?
The Lions.
It's the Lions, so it's expected. I honestly did. It's kind of weird because I do picks, pick'ems for with a family friend. I did have the Lions winning today, but I was like, nah, that's least likely to happen. I just felt like the Lions were somewhat competent, at least a bit more than the Seahawks, who were kind of just all over the place. And funny enough, the Lions this year, if they had won all of their single-digit losses, they'd be in playoff contention.
Well, you could say that about the Vikings if they won all their single-digit losses too.
Yeah, but it's the Vikings every year.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
but the Vikings make the playoffs a decent amount.
Just to keep losing for some reason.
Just to keep losing to the Saints.
The legacy of failure
Sometimes.
continues.
Yeah, Legacy of Failure or Factory of Sadness Part 2. Oh wait, Part
No,
1.
it hasn't gotten
Yeah, Part
back.
2 actually. Hasn't happened yet. Well, it kind of did happen when they lost to the Lions.
Don, we need Dante Culpepper back.
We need Dante Cole. We need Randall Cunningham.
We don't even need Moss. We need Culpepper.
Yeah. I mean, they will keep Dan Campbell because out of all the coaches, I'm impressed by Dan Campbell the most.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. We think
Campbell is a beast.
he's going to be around.
He will go down in history as the greatest.
The players love him.
Yeah, he's a player's coach, which is important and really hard to find lots of days.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the NFL.
I mean, I have to deal with it too, with lots of Niners fans, of course, the residential ones that I was with, and also at the stadium, is they all question Kyle Shanahan more than anything else of John Lynch. Now, the one part that I guess is understandable to be questionable is John Lynch saying, was it because I think originally Tom Brady said he wanted to go to the 49ers. He actually offered, hey, I can be your new quarterback. And John Lynch said no. Which, yeah, I think all of us, except for maybe Patriots fans, I don't know. All of us Niners fans probably hated that the most, more than anything,
Well,
because of what
year
happened.
That, they were in the Super Bowl with Jimmy Jesus. So,
yeah, I mean, Jimmy G led us to a Super Bowl. And funny enough, what people need to realize too is when Jimmy G is starting, he's more of like a field general than anything, and we normally win when he plays. Which is funny enough. And I think he has the best QBR rating of majority of quarterbacks. And this is Jimmy Jesus for some reason. You would think, oh, Aaron Rodgers, right? But no, for some reason it's Jimmy Jesus.
Jimmy G, not assistant
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Tom Brady,
I always,
assistant quarterback.
oh my goodness. But it's people always question Kyle Shanahan more than anything, and especially John Lynch. Now, like I said, the Tom Brady one is understandable, but everything else, it's kind of just like they lose one game barely or badly. Oh, we want Kyle Shanahan's head. If we win outright, they're the best thing since sliced bread. There's no possible way I would say they're going to get rid of John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan, especially with how close it's going right now, that we can have a playoff run. And as long as they don't screw up in the draft, which my guess is they're not going to go offensively, they're going to go for like a corner or safety. More than
I don't think
anything.
they even have a pick this year, do they?
Oh, no, they don't. Oh, my goodness, because we traded all for Trey Lance.
So much for that.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, Trey Lance, when I saw him today, he looked okay. I mean, he still looked somewhat like a rookie. Yeah. And again, he played the Texans.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, they did drag him out to play against the Cardinals, and he looked okay. He ran all over him, but he just couldn't really throw. And then again, that was peak Cardinals right there. Versus now the Cardinals are kind of a bit shaky, I would say.
Maybe the Cowboys.
Except unless when you play the Cowboys, but you know, the Cowboys will have their up and down games. They'll win games that they should not win, and then they'll lose games that they should obviously win for some reason. Like against the Broncos. I still don't understand how the Broncos beat them. That befuddles me to this day. The Broncos, and watching Brandon Perna talk about how, oh yes, the Broncos, we're going to the playoffs. Even though it's not happening at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, the Niners look okay. Do I hope for a Super Bowl? Yes. Do I think it will happen? I might have to wait a few more years, 2 or more years of them going to a Super Bowl and hopefully winning and not choking again, like the past 2 Super Bowls I've experienced in my lifetime. But the offense looks okay. There's not one single running back that, they do the old school way that like Belichick does, where it's multiple running backs, and that's the proper way you should actually use a running back core, not just one all the time. Yeah, running back by committee.
That's how
Where
the
Elijah-
Eagles. That's how
Well,
the
here's the
Eagles
thing
won
with
the
the
Super
Niners.
Bowl.
It's kind of like the Steelers where they have this like tradition set. They don't have like I don't know. You don't have like 3 head coaches in your history, but you always need like a coach somewhere. The West Coast offense.
Right. The Bill Walsh offense, pretty much.
If you don't, you're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah. Well, at least with the Steelers, it's weird. They should have spent the first round pick on an O lineman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
sure.
spent
I
on
mean,
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris
is-
isn't a bad running back, but
Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
I'm obviously not a proponent of taking running backs in the first round. You could have got a lot more better value if you took him like.
You
I
could
don't
have
know.
gone,
There were some running backs that look good later on. It's like they could have taken like Michael Carter from UNC. They could have taken Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, Javonte Williams. I don't know if he was available then.
He was.
All the running backs so far this year from the draft have played pretty good.
Except for Travis
man.
Etienne.
Well, he got injured, and I don't know how he's going to be next year, especially now. That was just a weird pick by the Jaguars. I know we're going all over the place, but still, that was like the first sign of what is Urban Meyer doing by taking Travis Etienne in the first round. You already have James Robinson. Just build it around him. And look what happens. He tears his ACL, sadly, and we hope the best for him.
There's your value of your pick right there.
I mean, I think the Niners should be, going back to the Niners, they should be okay. It's going to be maybe a few years or a couple till I see them back into the Super Bowl and possibly winning. It's just, the offense looks pretty good. Deebo Samuel's amazing. The times that before this year, when he's out there, he's performed great. They just need to, I think, work around Brandon Ayuk as well, because Ayuk as well last year when Deebo Samuel wasn't there was amazing. They maybe just need one more wide receiver, a stable tight end in case George Kittle gets injured, because that seems evident every year, and just more on defense. Because running back, they can get anyone off the street and they'll somehow do pretty well. Because that's how Kyle Shanahan works his offense, surprisingly. I'm just interested by how he's going to work around Trey Lance, because from when I've watched football games from time to time with Kyle Shanahan running it, the quarterbacks have not been mobile. They've all been kind of just back in the pocket passers like Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan. And now Jimmy G, of course. But now Trey Lance is in there, so he gets to experiment. Hopefully it doesn't turn into maybe like a Bill Belichick last year where he had Cam Newton and it kind of blew up in his face. Even if Cam Newton breaks the record for the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback for the Patriots. And Patriots fans still hate him to this day.
Actually, I have a funny story here. I remember going to, so me and Mike went to, this is when we did our collab for the one-on-one basketball video. The day before that, we went up to Massachusetts. We went to Patriots camp. Surprisingly, there were actually, when all the players started walking out, Mac Jones came walking out, and barely anyone recognized him because he was wearing, this was during the time where he was wearing a number 50 jersey. But when Cam came out, Cam was getting like all his praise and stuff like that. Then a couple weeks later, you got cut. Which I'm like, jeez, you should have been hyping up your rookie quarterback there. They spent a first round pick on.
I agree. I mean, the Patriots pretty much during the draft this year was the definition of Luigi wins by doing nothing. They didn't have to trade anything or talk with anyone to get Mac Jones. Now, there was talks with the 49ers, I think, originally, that they were trying to get Jimmy G back, but the Niners kind of just said no. So it shows you that they still have hearts on for Jimmy G a little bit. But
I
at
was
least they
actually
have
remember
Mac now.
that Niners were going to take Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. Those were the days where I was like, goodness me, if they take Mac Jones, I'm not going to hear the end of it from everyone in Massachusetts. But at the same time, when you analyze Mac Jones' college career and how it could go well with the Patriots or any of those teams, it makes sense that the Patriots would be the best fit for him.
I literally
not-
said this to Mike. This was when Mac Jones was being projected as like a second-round pick. Mac Jones is the perfect fit for the New England Patriots.
Yeah, he was the perfect fit for them. Everything molded well.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. And I remember that night, I think I was at Reynolds Hall at good old Endicott College. I was with a buddy of mine, and he had hearts on for Justin Fields, which majority of, I think, Patriots fans wanted.
Mhm.
When the Chicago Bears took him, he just said, I'm done. This night sucks. And when he saw when he saw the Patriots draft Mac Jones, he wasn't happy. He was depressed and was saying like, "Oh, this guy sucks. Why did we take him?" I just kept telling him, "You got the best quarterback available for the Patriots offense, their system. He's going to do great. It'll take maybe a couple of years, but you should be fine." And now, him and the majority of other Patriots fans that used to, at that time, say, "Oh, he sucks," and not, "Why did we draft him?" are now praising him as the next Tom Brady.
System
I don't
quarterback.
get. No, yeah, and it's just showing the spoiledness of kind of the fan base a little bit as well.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand. I was saying that about Mac Jones to the Niners, but I understood that Mac Jones, especially around his talent set, it's probably best if he goes to New England because at least Bill Belichick will be able to mold a good quarterback together. Kyle Shanahan, I think it'll be interesting, but it's going to take longer compared to someone like Bill Belichick, and it's already shown. I guess that's my little rant on the New England Patriots fan base.
It's biblical.
I mean,
Yes.
I was kind of the same way too. Like, I'm a Patriots fan, and like I was not really that excited about Mac Jones coming because honestly, I kind of like the more Cam Newton type QB. I like a more mobile QB. I know they're more prone to get injured and everything, but I think that it would work better. But with the system that Belichick has put in place, I think it just works better now that you say Mac Jones and giving him a chance because I wasn't really too thrilled that we drafted him in the beginning. I was just because with the whole how Mac Jones did in college, was kind of a backup for Tua. Then he played and he did amazing to bring Alabama a title, but
Roll Tide, baby.
yeah, the Tide. But I was a little skeptic about this drafting him. But with this year, I think it really has shown that Mac Jones has grown into the system really well. And yeah, he is a systems QB and he works really well with the Patriots. And I think that if we had Justin Fields or any other QB that was available, I don't think it would have worked that well. And I think this was the best, most optimistic thing that happened for the Pats.
Aside from maybe getting Ramondre Stevenson and also J.C. Jackson. I'd say J.C. Jackson was probably the best pickup. He actually went undrafted too.
He did.
So, I mean, while everyone would say Mac Jones is the best, which is of course, that's really good. I would say J.C. Jackson was more of a surprise. And that was actually a better pickup for them.
Oh yeah,
especially on their defensive end because their defense will always be stellar. I've not seen the Patriots defense play terribly in a long time. Maybe beginning of this season they look really bad, but overall it's like they're going to rebound somehow, right?
Yeah, exactly. J.C. Jackson has been amazing with this team. Today with another interception. Yeah, he's been stellar.
Wow.
And the defense has been lights out.
My apologies. I just saw on NBC a fat man, old lineman, just got the ball for the Vikings and he ran it up for 20 yards.
Vikings are going to Super Bowl now.
Number 56. Is this whoever the receiver was? Ball just popped out because I think Kevin King, number 31. Almost Kevin King got released. No, it's almost. He popped it out, said number 56 got it, and he started running for. Oh, wow. He ran from the 40-yard line to the 10-yard line.
Remember when Dalvin Cook was in the discussion and got hurt?
Dalvin Cook does that every year, though, for some reason.
Yeah.
He's a great running back, but he's injury prone.
Yeah.
He's not injury prone like my running back, Raheem Mostert on the Niners. He's not as bad as that, but He hasn't played a complete year.
Mm. Yeah, what record did he break against the Steelers? He ran like over like 200 something yards.
Steelers going to the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Paid an assload for fucking TJ.
Was it most maybe overall yards?
Yeah, something like that.
Because I remember playing in fantasy that one game,
Oh
and
man,
I thought this kid, he didn't know what he was doing. He put Dalvin Cook in there. I'm like, oh, Steelers will tear him apart.
yeah.
And I see that the Steelers defense pulls the most Steeler move of all time. They can't defend against. Ooh, nice touchdown. They can't defend against Dalvin Cook for some reason. Dalvin Cook is an enigma code to them.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. They can do well against every other running back, but when Dalvin Cook shows up, it's uh-oh. I mean, I don't know about MVP conversation because I heard you guys talk about that before.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
it's gonna be between like Rodgers. He's obviously in the conversation. Jonathan Taylor, we talked about him for a little bit. He's
I think
currently
J2
has
can
like
be in there.
1,700 yards, which is rushing yards, which is insane.
Now,
Yeah.
does completion percentage 66.4, 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and 101 passing rating. Does that sound like an elite or even like a Hall or not a Hall of Fame, but MVP QB?
Well, is this Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? 'Cause I think Rodgers has less
It's Kirk,
interceptions.
it's
I think.
Kirk Cousins.
Beast.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Yeah. Yep.
Kirk Cousins has been. I knew for some reason when you were saying that, I just felt like it feels more like Tom Brady or Kirk Cousins, and I just said it's Tom Brady. But then I
Yeah.
realized, oh yes, Tom Brady has more interceptions. Kirk Cousins has been weird this year, though.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins has been like peak Kirk Cousins in terms of he is very consistent as a quarterback. But of course, during primetime games is when you'll get his worst stats, known to mankind.
Yeah.
And he's been kind of the one that's been carrying the team. Of course, people will say it's Dalvin Cook, but Dalvin Cook's been out a lot of games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Kirk Cousins been having to pick up the slack, especially now because Adam Thielen's not there.
Mhm.
Adam Thielen got injured a while ago.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We could say he's in the MVP conversation, but if they don't make the playoffs, it doesn't help his case at all.
Yeah, it don't
It
matter.
just shows
Mhm.
it just shows that they missed.
Thielen had
It's
a
like-
year. Oh, sorry. Continue.
It's like having the conversation of like, oh, is Joe Flacco a Hall of Famer? Joe Flacco had maybe like a few good years. He won the Super Bowl, and then after that, it's just been bruh.
Mm.
Is Joe
I would
Flacco
say-
still elite?
Elite Joe Flacco.
Elite.
I would say Joe Flacco is not. He was not that bad. I mean, God, that just reminds me of another Ravens quarterback that actually went to my high school. Do any of you know the name Trent Dilfer?
Yeah, Trent Dilfer. He was kind of the first Ravens quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he
He
went
was
to my
back
high
originally.
school. Yeah, he went to my high school.
Really?
He went to Aptos High School in good old Aptos, California.
Yeah, like what's it called?
Trent
Jordan Whitehead
Dilfer.
right now. Jordan Whitehead, a DB for Bucks right now, went to my high school. Won last year. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Trent Dilfer though, and the funny thing is, you would think Trent Dilfer would like donate lots of money to the school and
Nope.
come by.
Nope.
No, he
Nope.
doesn't. He doesn't. He lives someplace else. We're like, oh, okay. We have his the stadium where I played named after his son. I think his son died at a young age, and that's fine. But other than that, he doesn't really like talk about him
Yeah.
that much. Then again, we are in the Box Canyon.
So many great players from my area. Alquip, like we had Ditka, we had
Oh goodness me, yeah, Ditka. Wow.
yeah, we had Ditka. What's it called? Revis.
Beast
Um,
Reeves.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You had a lot of quarterbacks from the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bradshaw, right?
You had no
Mhm.
Bradshaw wasn't. You
Well,
had
not
Joe
Bra-
Namath.
No, yeah, Namath. That's right. Yep.
Joe Namath. Probably
Marino,
the best
he was in
quarterback.
Pittsburgh.
Probably the best quarterback the Jets have produced because he won the Super Bowl.
He guaranteed the Super Bowl.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
interesting though. Out of the two New York teams that are there, football wise, which one do you think is spiraling down more than the
Ooh.
other, the Jets or the Giants?
I think the Jets are on the upward trend because Once they hit
Yeah.
rock bottom with Adam Gase, there wasn't really a lot of room to go upward. I think the Giants, they definitely got some. They're definitely got to blow it up. They're definitely on the downward trend.
Yeah.
You're on a downward trend, especially if you're going to bring back Joe Judge and Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I've debated this in this show. It's like, can Daniel Jones? I mean, in a perfect situation, Daniel Jones can. I think he can be a good quarterback, but obviously, the Giants have done absolutely nothing to surround him with good talent. They don't even have a good offensive line. Their receivers are always injured, and the Saquon is just, he
Are you guys
he only do so much.
Are you guys ever going to get a good O line?
Probably not.
Yeah.
The Giants, no.
We have we're probably gonna have 2 top 10 picks. So.
Oh yeah, because of the Eagles are right.
The Fields
Eagles
trade.
help you out. Yeah.
All I'll say is don't screw it up.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem is they can screw up the pick easily.
Mm-hmm.
What
they can draft the next Eric Flowers for line now.
Hey, I mean, here's the thing. There's one team I think, and maybe a few others that are worse. A team that is worse at drafting than the Giants, I would say, is the Raiders.
Yeah, like if you look,
The Raiders are worse.
Look at me about their 2020 class, but it was god awful.
Yeah.
Did they even draft Carr?
They draft Carr.
Okay.
I don't think was he a first round pick though.
That was the only good. No, I think it was a second round pick.
Yeah, it was a
2014
second
class
round
was the
pick.
only good year the Raiders had a good draft class.
Mm.
Because
they
they
got
had Khalil
Josh
Mack in the
Jacobs.
first round, and then they got Derek Carr.
Yeah. I mean, they got Josh Jacobs a while ago, and that was not bad. Even if he's had, like, goodness me, how many kids does he have now?
He's going for the Phillip Rivers record.
Yeah, the Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, no, he has like 7 or 8 kids already.
Does Rivers has 17?
What? Has, like a crap ton of kids. I think it's Rivers or like Dan Marino.
Dan Marino, yeah.
Has more kids than he does rings.
Let's see here. Children.
Did you see McCockner on Rivers?
9.
Nah.
Yeah, didn't really care for him. With that talent,
Rivers has 9. Oh my goodness, how many does Josh Jacobs have? Let me see. I wonder if that's a record. And NFL player with the most kids. Josh Jacobs has. Come on. Allegedly, Josh Jacobs has 8 kids with 8 different women.
Oh.
He's going for the Wilt Chamberlain record.
Oh my goodness. He's going for the Wilt Chamberlain record right now.
There's actually a conspiracy that Otto Porter is Wilt Chamberlain's like grandchild.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, when I saw, because I'm a Warriors fan, of course, it's pretty obvious. But when I've seen him play, bruh, he looks like Wilt Chamberlain. I'm not kidding you. William Otto Porter Chamberlain.
It's gonna be pretty beast though to be related to. Probably the greatest athletes.
I don't know. I mean, generation. I don't know. You guys want to talk about the NBA a little bit, or no? Not really.
We did earlier, but we can go back to
that. Let's go back to it.
Oh, goodness me. All right. That's what I get for being late. My apologies.
Don, I love how Prez like worships Matt Castle just because it gives him something to talk about Brady being system.
Matt Castle with 11-5.
Yeah, because we can get back to the NFL. I just was thinking of, because we were talking about Otto Porter Jr. The NBA.
Yeah. We were talking a little about the NBA a little bit earlier, and especially with how surprising it is this year.
It is surprising. I mean, like I said, I'm a Warriors fan. I would say I'm quite surprised by how the Warriors have performed this year. They have performed way above expectations.
Oh yeah,
of course. And they don't even have James Wiseman, Draymond for the past game against Utah.
No,
and especially Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
they're getting back.
No James, and they're going to get Klay back like in 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
And the team's probably going to be, my guess is going to be really scary. I mean, of course, they're not going to start Klay Thompson immediately. They're probably just going to put him in for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And they'll bring him back in maybe the third game or so. It's just going to be interesting once James Wiseman comes back, too.
Oh, yeah, when James Wiseman comes back, this team is going to probably go on a tear. Like they're a half game over the Suns right now, and like
Suns are
if
good,
they
too.
keep this up, they're probably going to be, I would assume, maybe 55 to 60 wins this year.
The Suns are good too. I mean, the majority of the teams in the West are very good. However, that seems like every year. Let me actually check that stat right now. That still surprises me. I think it was yesterday the Suns played the Celtics. How is it that the Suns lose to the Celtics?
I
And
think so.
the Suns had majority of their players. They didn't have DeAndre Ayton. That was it.
Yeah, that was a weird game. I was surprised the Celtics pulled that one off. Yeah, that I can look at the stat line.
Wow, the Chicago Bulls are back at it. They're number 1 in the entire East.
Yeah, right now,
You're
thanks
talking
to
about that.
DeMar DeRozan,
DeMar DeRozan
Yeah.
being
his heroics.
DeMar
Michael
DeRozan,
Jordan,
Lonzo
Rosen.
Ball, they did well during the offseason. They did very well.
Oh
They
yeah,
did what they should have done. And now the team looks good.
Paul was having it rough his rookie season, wasn't he?
Who?
Lonzo.
Lonzo.
Oh, yeah, Lonzo. When he was on
Lonzo's
the
first year
Pelicans.
was bad.
Or not
Yeah.
on the Pelicans. He was on the Lakers.
Lakers.
my bad.
Lakers, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the Lakers put a lot into him.
Mm.
But I don't know. They didn't really give him that treatment as much.
Yeah, I have to say though, LaMelo is. LaMelo
Oh,
is
LaMelo's
doing
great.
amazing. Doing amazing. He's
Let's
exciting
see.
to watch. I love watching the Charlotte Hornets.
The Hornets
especially
are
when the
great.
commentator
Yeah.
just goes, "Oh my god!"
When Bridges gets a dunk, yeah, every single time. I mean, out of this list, the most surprising is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking. Me and
Yeah.
Sam were talking about the Cavs.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are the most surprising. Toronto doing well. Washington Wizards at number 8. That one is quite surprising that the Washington Wizards have been able to compile together pretty well.
They like
Especially without Rui Hachimura. I think he's actually going to be back. He's just in the COVID protocol, which it
Yeah.
seems like every player has to go through that sometime or later. I think Karis LeVert for the Pacers just went in there, and he's their best player right now.
Mhm.
How long has Love been on the Cavs?
Oh,
Love's been on there for, oh my goodness, he's probably the oldest man on there.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm waiting to see, when will the Pacers blow it up? There's been talks about them trying to blow it up.
yeah, I've heard that. I have no clue. Soon, I think.
I mean, yeah. I think Karis LeVert supposedly was going to get traded to the Cavaliers. There was talks that the Cavs wanted him. But didn't Rondo just go to the Cavs? So that kind of...
Yeah, Rondo went to the Cavs.
Yeah. That was for nothing, though.
Oh no,
I don't even
Denzel
know.
Valentine.
No, I think when they got Denzel Valentine, though, they were just going to wave him off, and that was it. So they were just making another roster spot for the Lakers, which I guess kind of makes sense a little bit. Lakers, where are they? They're number 8.
Yeah.
They hurt.
No, they don't have AD.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you're a Lakers fan, you should not be complaining because you have Russell Westbrook and LeBron James on that team still.
They haven't really been playing that great though this year. They have not been playing stellar.
What happens when you get a bunch of old guys together that can't play?
No, it's not really a bunch of old guys. It's when you get a bunch of guys that are superstars, but it seems like they're just going out for their own personal stat line.
Mm-hmm.
The only one who gets an exception or few are maybe like LeBron and AD, but Russell Westbrook, as I like to say, he'll get a triple-double, but the team will still lose.
That's kind of been the way of this team. Like, yeah, Westbrook got a triple-double against the Grizzlies last week, and still Ja Morant just put on a show. He dropped 41 on them. And also Desmond Bain put up 20 against them. So, like,
oh my God.
The Grizzlies actually, I think they beat all top 4 teams this year in the West.
Yeah, the Grizzlies beat the Warriors. That was actually the Warriors, I think, their first loss was either against the Grizzlies or Hornets. Grizzlies are a good team now.
Yeah.
The grind.
However, it's weird. They're 6 games behind because, of course, the top 3 teams are just that heavy, stack heavy wise. The only one that I can still see creeping in because, of course, they do is still the Lakers. Because, you never can doubt the Lakers out of anything. Once you do that, you're pretty much asking to be laughed at right there because it is inevitable that LeBron James will somehow find a way to get his rightful place at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I will not count out the Lakers of being in like the top 3 or top 5.
How about the Clippers? They're having like kind of a tough season. I mean, they're 6th place, but
Clippers are doing better than the Lakers right now, and they don't even have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard's supposed to be back in, what is it? He's supposed to be back either February or April. And they're number 6. And this is a team that somehow beat the Celtics, and the Celtics had at least one of their stars, and the Clippers didn't have anyone. They had Eric Bledsoe and Manfred Morris.
Yeah. Morris put up he did really well that game.
Here,
well, the Celtics went 0 for 40 or something from 3. They did horrendous. They couldn't hit a 3-pointer. They actually set an NBA record for missed threes in that game. They only had 84 points. Yeah. That was
damn.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bricks.
I mean, since we're on the topic of the Lakers, or not the Lakers, the Celtics. I think I actually posted that before because that's on YouTube. That was me asking questions the entire time.
Yep.
Is describing the Celtics this year.
Horrible. Like they're really below. They have just played up and down this whole year. I'd say that game last week against the Christmas Day game against the Bucks pretty much sums up their whole season. They'll have a good game and then they'll just do horrendous. And that game against the Bucks was an embarrassment. They were leading by I think 11 points with like 5 minutes to go.
No, they led by 15.
Yeah,
at one point.
At one point, yeah, and then they were up by like double digits with like 5 minutes or something to go, and then they were just dumb turnovers, dumb fouls, just played lazy down the stretch. Too many passes.
Are they even above Toronto right now?
Yeah, they're barely above Toronto right now. This is a Toronto team that doesn't have that many people on there, except for maybe like Pascal Siakam, who is carrying that team on his back right now.
What the biggest disappointment is? The New York Knicks. The New York Knicks.
Let's see. Let me see the Knicks. Wow, the Knicks are barely. Wow, the Knicks are almost the same level as the Celtics. That's actually kind of depressing if you're a Celtics fan a bit.
Well, Knicks look good during that Christmas Day game, but ever since then, even though they've been absolutely horrible. Like they lost the last 2 games.
They lost to the Thunder, which you should not be losing to the Thunder. They lost to the Raptors. You should not be losing to the Raptors.
They almost lost to the Pistons. Like that night where they played the Pistons had like barely anyone on the team because of COVID and stuff like that.
They had Kate Cunningham going or no?
No, they did not. And the starting lineup for the Knicks absolutely was just terrible. So
I found the game. I'm gonna look up,
and they managed to bring the team back.
I'm gonna look up the roster for that night. Box score. So here are the Knicks. They had Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Kemba Walker, R.J. Barrett, and who is this? Quentin Grimes. Okay, I was right. That was their starting rotation.
It was absolutely horrible that night.
Sadiq Bey. They had Garza, Jackson, Diallo, and Walton Jr. Wow.
They almost lost the game.
They gave Diallo 31 points.
That's terrible.
31. And he's actually been doing pretty good as of lately. He's been just torching teams. But still, you should not be allowing that many points against a team that had the first overall pick and for some reason wants the first overall pick again. They're like the equivalent of, I guess, the Jacksonville Jaguars at the NBA.
Mm-hmm. The Urban Meyer effect.
Yes. The The Knicks, I don't know. The Knicks are the definition of hit or miss.
No,
But
the
at
Knicks
least,
are paid.
but here's one thing. At least the Knicks will get more people to go to their games than the Nets will,
Absolutely.
and the Nets have better players and have a better team.
Mhm.
Problem is, they're the Nets versus the Knicks, where everyone in New York, for some reason, is a Knicks fan.
Yeah, because
even if the
Nets were
team
in New
sucks.
Jersey for like so many years before they moved to Brooklyn.
Right. Here, let's see. Who's on the bottom? The Rockets, no surprise. They absolutely are terrible. Portland, Portland, I just feel bad for Damian Lillard.
Mhm. Yeah, it's been sad this year.
I commend him saying that he wants to stay with the Trailblazers. But if you have that mentality of I want to and I need to win a championship, I don't think the Trailblazers is it right now, man. I could be wrong. Hopefully I am wrong. But it's not looking like that right now for him.
Don, that's Michael Rappaport's team, right?
Are
Yeah,
you
it is.
serious? Oh my goodness.
Pingus.
Pingus. What did they do? What did they do? Who did they draft?
I don't even know who was Pingus.
Yo, Don, I still have that sticker.
Oh my
Jeez.
goodness. That team is just pain. The definition of pain, because they had to deal with the past 5+ years of the Warriors having a franchise or a dynasty, the Lakers being good, of course the Clippers, and now the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz come to play and just mess with them more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, overall, Yusuf Nurkic is good. Andre Simmons looks decent. They just need to work on him. CJ McCollum, he's going to come back, I heard, especially with his whole lung situation. That was actually life-threatening, I believe.
Oh my gosh.
He may be coming back soon, but if I am him, I would be taking it easy because, it's important to play, but your health matters more than anything, especially something like that where you could possibly die. So, hopefully he does well and wish the best for him. But, Trailblazers, if they do make the playoffs, it'll be surprising. Quite surprising. But it's just another year of just pain. Unlike Sacramento, who somehow, goodness me, they have really good young talent. But for some reason, they wanted to be like the Warriors by getting Luke Walton.
And have 3 point guards
and,
now.
And bringing in Harrison Barnes, who is okay, but, he can only do the job for so long. They don't even have Luke Walton anymore. They just fired him this year. Well, they wrote off of the 72-win season. Funny enough, we lost that year, too, to the Cavs. Yes, I hear everyone will probably type in the comments 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. But guess what? We at least won the next year. We won the next year.
Well, you guys won 3 out of 4, so that's something to boast about.
No, I think we won 3 out of 5.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, yeah, when
we lost to the Cavs
Toronto.
and then we lost to Toronto.
But three wins and 1 loss against the Cavs is pretty good.
Yeah, but I would say I agree with that wholeheartedly. The only issue is with most people is, or what they'll take away from that is still 3-1. Because we had 3 games to 1 and we lost. Problem is, I'll always, any fan can make the excuse, but injuries occurred, and the one worst thing, and probably a reason why LeBron is so disliked within the Warriors community, is when LeBron stepped over Draymond Green, and Draymond did like his little Diglett impersonation and hit LeBron in his crotch, and LeBron went on the ground in pain. And I think Draymond got ejected for that, and he was out for the rest of the series.
Oh yeah, I kept forgetting about that.
I just find that as just wow. Look, a flop moment.
Flop.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
only play that I remember is when LeBron blocked it, and then when Kyrie hit the dagger over Steph.
thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, that was the only...
Are you talking about the Andre Iguodala layup?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why. I've looked at it again. And for some reason I feel like why didn't Andre just dunk it?
Yeah, honestly, he could actually drawn a foul if he dunked it.
If he had dunked it, then the game would have been different. We would have possibly won it. And also he would have drawn foul. Of course it doesn't, like I said earlier, we could have won, but that doesn't mean we could have outright won. It would have just given us a better chance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a different reality. And, well, that reality is gone now.
Mm.
I will at least say I am still happy that the Warriors have won 3 out of the 5 appearances in my lifetime. So that's been good. I'm just more so surprised, and I mean, because coming from California over to Massachusetts for college and being immersed in the sports realm over there is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Is the Celtics fans are diehards, and of course they're the definition of massholes as well. I went to a game actually a while ago, but the Celtics have been weird. They've only won one. I think it was in 2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, 2008.
Yep.
2008. So they didn't even win one in the 2010 era.
Nope.
What the heck's been going on with the Celtics?
Well, they could have won in 2020. I mean, they could have went to the championship.
Actually,
but
they were. You guys were almost City of Champs. It's like what Sox and New England Patriots, and then
the Bruins were in the
Bruins were doing good, right?
Yeah, they were a playoff team.
That was the year they went to. That was our freshman year, and then we were just going insane because the Red Sox won that year. That the Patriots and the Bruins
the Celtics were pretty decent.
The Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Celtics got eliminated by the Bucks that year, I believe.
Yeah, they were in contention, but yeah.
This was the year before the Bucks became the NBA champs. Correct?
No, that was 2 years. This was 2 years before.
Yeah,
2 years before.
Because Celtics got eliminated. That was Kyrie's last game when everyone they called it the Celtics were playing drunk because they were missing shots left and right, and they lost in 5 to them. But they won the first game, and then they dropped 4 against the Bucks. And then the following year was the bubble year when the Heat defeated the Celtics to go to the finals. And that was when the Lakers beat the Heat in 6 games, and the Lakers were up 20-something points against them. And it was halftime, and everyone's like, well, the game's over, so we're not watching it.
Asterisk year.
Yeah, that was the asterisk year.
Asterisk.
Yeah.
Anyways, actually, I'm going to end the stream right here because we're over 3 hours, but we can still keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Should we do our outro here?
Yeah, let's do a quick outro.
Oh, goodness me.
Jeez. All right, you want to do it? Because you're the one that usually does it. DJ.
Yeah, I can do it. All right, thanks all for listening. 3 hours in. If you're all still listening, you guys are the real ones. But thank you all again. Our social media is in the description down below. And also go check out the banner to go catch us up on Spotify and everything else. Have a good one. See ya.
Peace.
Adios.